Adelson with the Township Police Department. I'm conducting an official criminal investigation concerning a homicide. Any false statements about material matters given by a witness under oath will constitute perjury, which is a first-degree misdemeanor according to Section 837.012 Florida statutes. You already have your right hand raised. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you are about to give me is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if you knowingly make material misstatements of fact to me during this investigation, you will have committed the crime of perjury?
Yes. Lewis, do you have any questions about what the detective just said? Okay, you understand that if you don't know the answer to a question, it's okay to say, I don't know. If you don't understand a question, it's okay to say, I don't understand the question. Could you repeat it? All right? The most important thing is that you give truthful information, which I know you will. You don't guess. If you need time to think about something, that's okay. If you intentionally tell a story or you give a statement that you know is not truthful, not only will you have committed a crime of perjury, which is really the least of your concerns, the most important thing is you will no longer have a deal. Okay? All right, now we do know that you have immunity. So, you know, the things that they've asked about you that they haven't got independent of you, they couldn't use against you. You understand that? But that ain't the deal. The deal is we want to tell the truth and do what's right. Yes, you understand? That's the point. All right, I don't have any further questions in that regard. And the statement's is being recorded? Yes.
All right. Lewis, the first time that you had a conversation, well, let me start this because I want to make sure I understand. Daniel Markel before this occurred? No.
Speak up loud, Lewis.
Think if I heard about him?
Did you ever hear of him?
No, not at all.
Never heard of him? Never knew anything about him?
No, sir.
No one's ever mentioned that name before.
No, sir, not at all.
What about Wendy Adelson?
Not at all either.
Anybody else by the last name of Adelson?
No, sir.
Okay. When's the first time, if you can recall, when you first understood that you were going to come to Tallahassee? Because my understanding is you've never been to Tallahassee before.
Never been up here.
Okay. What was the circumstances of the first that caused you to come to Tallahassee the very first time?
I thought the first time I was coming up here, I thought we were going to come here and rob somebody. You know? So when I get in the car, that's when Garcia told me, what we coming up here for? Coming here to kill somebody.
So before you got in the car, you had a conversation with Sigfrido Garcia,
In my house.
Tudo,
Yeah.
at your house,
Mm-hmm.
and he says he wants you to go with him to Tallahassee
Yeah.
to do a drug robbery,
My understanding when he was talking to me, first I thought it was going to be like a robbery.
just a robbery.
I thought it was going to be a simple robbery. But then after we kept going on talking about it, that's when he told me, listen, I got to come up here for a job. I'm finna get hired. We're getting hired, but to kill somebody.
And you already left, or is that before you?
No, I was still in my house.
Okay.
I rented a car. We got in the car, and he told me, nobody, if you want to come out here, I'm going to kill this guy. You're going to get paid this much, $35,000. So I looked at him, it's a little bit of money, but all right, whatever, let's drive. We driving. He showed me a picture of Markel. That's the first time I seen a picture of him, and I heard about his name. But he told me his name. There's a guy we're gonna go see. His name is Markel. I don't need the name. Forget about the name because I'm not gonna remember the fucking name. Just show me the picture. I just seen the picture and I looked at him. Somebody drove up here. Come up here the first night. We rented a hotel.
I hate to interrupt you, but I do. I want to make sure we're talking about the first trip.
The first trip.
And you rented the car?
No, the car was not under my name.
Okay. Is it a rental car? Or
It was a rental car.
A rental car. Who rented the car?
It was Garcia. He came with the car.
He came with the
Yeah,
car.
he came with the car.
To your place.
He came, I was in my homegirl's house,
Who's that?
Rochelle. He picked me up and I left. You know, he like, yo, what's up? Boom.
So he called you and said, I'm going to get you.
The story, he already told me the story. He rented a car and came to pick me up that same day.
Okay.
He's like, yo, I'm on my way. He picked me up, I got in the car, I left, went to my house, changed up, got in the car, and we drove.
Okay.
It was like a Wednesday night, I think Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
You knew that the purpose of him renting the car was to drive to Tallahassee with it?
Yes, sir.
So he'd already told you, I'm going to rent a car, or he shows up and says, I've rented a car?
No, he said, I gotta rent a car. He ready to rent a car. He said, I'm gonna go rent a car, I'll be back later.
So you knew that the story, the first version, is that you're coming up here to rob somebody, he's going to go rent a car.
Yeah.
But it changed to murder before or after he rented the car.
No, before he rented the car. Remember, who was in the house speaking about it?
I just got to be down, I got to get it off.
I didn't want you to get me confused and throw me back and forth.
Exactly, I'm not trying to.
So I'm gonna be straight up.
Detective Isom, do you care if I might ask a question that I think may help? Not right now, I just...
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fine right now.
And I definitely want him to go through the whole story, but I'm afraid if we get too far down the road,
I
and
get
there's
it.
the fact that...
I agree.
That's all.
When things don't make sense or add up, we got to stop and get to it. Okay. How long was it? You said you initially thought that this was going to be a robbery. What gave you that idea? Why did you think it was going to be a robbery?
I'm a jack boy.
Okay.
I rob drug dealers.
Okay. So he was talking in terms of a job in Tallahassee.
So I'm thinking we finna go, okay, boom. But then he like, man, it's not that. I'm finna go kill somebody. We're gonna get hired.
Okay. And this was before he went and rented the car.
Before he rented the car.
Okay. So when he got the car, it was either in his name or somebody else's name.
I don't know what name was it, but he came with the car to my. He came with the car to my homegirl's house. I was there drinking that night. I jumped in the car, went home.
What kind of car was it?
It was like a black Nissan.
Okay.
It was a Nissan.
And what date was this, as best as you remember?
I don't remember the date, man.
Will you remember the month and the year?
The one had to be like either June or July.
Okay.
The year was 2014.
Okay. And he showed you a picture of Markel
Markel.
and said y'all were going to go kill him. Now, were you the one that he was intending to go do the murder, or why were you even involved?
Because he told me he trusts me. So I trust you, and you're the only one I trust.
But were you the one he was hiring to do the murder? Because I don't understand why you need two people to commit a murder.
They were hiring him.
Okay.
They were hiring him. They were not hiring me. They were hiring him. He said he's going to pay me to go with him because he didn't want to go by himself.
Okay.
Was Rochelle present when you discussed this with him?
No, nobody. It was just me and him.
But it was at Rochelle's house.
No, it was my house. He
Okay.
picked me up at Rochelle's house. I was drinking.
Gotcha.
Hey, where you at? I said, I'm over here in Rochelle's house. Come slide to him and pick me up. So when he picked me up, I said, all right, let's go to my house. I'm finna go change. He said, I had on shorts, so I put on long pants and a long sleeve. I said, all right, let's ride. Got in the car and he drove on the passenger side. I was rolling a blunt and we drove. I was drinking the whole night, going down. That's it. When we got to Tallahassee, that way we need to rent the hotel.
Hold on right there. Hold on. Not get too far. Where was Rochelle living at the time that he picked you up?
By my house, right, like a block away from my house, on 135th on 16.
Okay. On 135.
135th on 16.
You know what time you left?
Like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night.
At night.
Yeah.
Y'all drove through the night.
Yeah.
All the way through the night. You got here the next morning.
I got here like around like 6, 5 o'clock in the morning. I believe it was an 8-hour drive.
Okay. Y'all stop anywhere on the way?
Yeah, we stopped in like on a rest, like the rest area. Stopped at that, take a piss and keep on driving. That's about it.
Y'all
We
get
got
gas
gas,
anywhere?
yeah. We got gas and keep going.
How'd you pay for the gas?
Cash.
All cash?
Yeah, he got cash. They gave him like $5,000, $2,000 in his pocket, and we kept it. We came up here and rented a hotel cash.
What was the hotel? You remember?
I don't remember. I forgot the name of the hotel.
The one you drove was fine? You saw it? You said that's the first place
That
you
was the
stayed at?
first hotel I took you to. That one.
Okay.
I stayed there twice. Came up here.
Okay, I don't want to jump ahead of y'all. At some time you meet some other people while you were up here.
Yeah. First we met some guy that night. He rented a hotel.
Was he a black gentleman?
Yeah, it was a crackhead.
Okay.
He was
Just tell us about him. Tell us how that happened.
Yeah, security pulled up Hey man, what's up, man? I ain't got no ID, man. You do me a favor, rent the hotel. I'm gonna give you $20. Yeah, I'll take $20 right now. So he went, gave him $20, went to the hotel. We stayed that night. I think the room was 110 or 109.
Were y'all doing drugs in the room?
And just to make sure, this is on record, 110 or 109, he's already driven us by, and that is the budget in on Wadsworth in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got to the room, we were doing drugs. We had powder, we had beer, but we had a bottle. We had a bottle in the pocket. We was drinking. We had a bottle. We was chilling all night. I probably went to sleep at around 3. I woke up around 7 that morning. I think it was 7 o'clock the next morning. But when we got there by that time, we slept for a little bit. We check out was at 11. We leave. Went by Markel's house. Went around him. Went straight to his house. I parked by the park like I showed you. I parked there for a little bit to see if he was gonna come out. When he came, I seen the car. I knew when I scoped the car. I'm like, yo, that's that guy right there. I seen a white male in the car. He's like, yeah, that's him. Let's follow him. So we followed him all the way to the school. He got the kid off. Boom. I lost him. I guess he was going to the gym in that morning, but.
How do you know what kind of car he's driving?
Because Sigfredo told me the car.
Sigfredo told you the car?
He said he got a black Nissan.
Okay.
No tints. You will see him. Because I heard he showed me the picture.
So Sigfredo supplied you a picture of Markel, which is the target,
Yes, sir.
and has also told you a type of car that he drives.
Yes, sir.
Does he tell you where that information came from?
No, sir. He just showed me a piece of paper with his name, and I believe that paper had that address. But I remember seeing his face, and so the paper had the address.
Was it typed or was it handwritten?
No, it's like that.
Typed?
Yeah.
When he said it was a Nissan, did he say it was a Nissan or did he say it was a black 4-door or 2-door?
No, he told me it was 4-door Nissan.
Okay.
Just like the car we had, but just in black.
Okay.
Back up a little more, a little bit further. You said they gave him $5,000. Tell us about that. What did he say? Where did he get the money from?
Oh, he said he got the money from the lady. He still haven't told me her name yet. He said, I got the money from the lady. Well, his wife gave him the money. So Katie gave him the money. But he told me about the lady. He told me, yo, the lady got the money. She's going to pay us. So, all this driving around and talking to him about the money, I told him, we should just go rob her. That was my intention. Fuck this guy. I don't got nothing against that guy. I don't even know that guy. Especially after he told me about what was it for the 2 kids. Told me because I asked him, why are you going to go kill this guy? Because the lady wants her 2 kids back. She wants full custody of them kids. Because he had all the custody. That was the plan. That was the deal. That's where we went to go kill that man for.
How did Tuda know all this?
Katie, I guess Katie told him everything. Katie told him everything. And then that.
But you're just guessing that. You don't know that for sure. Do you?
No, that's for sure. For sure, Katie told him everything.
Right. How do you know that? How do you know Katie?
Because he stayed talking to Katie on the phone. Hey, baby, what's going on? Hey, the lady's gonna have. You sure she's gonna have the money on time? Tell her don't play with it, cause the will show up in her house. Tell her she better have that fucking money. And he always kept telling her that.
Because when you went on this trip, were you with Tuda the whole time? Did y'all separate? Y'all were in the same car? Y'all stay in the same hotel room?
Never separated. Stay in the same hotel, different beds.
You were always with him.
Yeah.
So when he talked to Katie, you could hear him talking to Katie.
Of course.
And you knew it was Katie.
I'm right there, right here.
Did you know it was? Did you know it was Katie because of what he was saying, or could you actually hear her voice?
It's Katie. I can hear her voice.
And you had heard it before.
Yeah, I can hear Katie's voice. That's Katie.
How many years have you known Katie?
I know Tuto my whole life. Katie probably like 5, 6 years, 7 years around. I don't know. Like Katie, I just met her because of Sigfredo. But I know Katie maybe they've been together for 10 years. About that same time. And they've been together however long they've been together. I think it's 10 years. That's how long I know her. That's how long I know her.
Lewis, was there any coke usage in the hotel that night?
Yeah, every day it was cool.
But I'm talking about that night when you said some crackhead signed for the room.
Mm-hmm.
Was that guy also bringing drugs to you all, or just a crackhead?
Not him. He just went to the hotel.
Okay. Was
I
there
ain't
any
never
other
seen him
people?
again.
Was there any other people you met that night?
That night, it was the next night. The next
night. Okay.
I stayed there for 3 days.
Okay. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just wanted
I
to.
stayed there for 3 days.
You're catching up.
Yeah.
It was the next day. We met a guy in I think it was a gray blue Chevy photo. He was in the back trying to serve some people up. So we spotted him. I said, man, go ask that guy whether he bet you he got the coke. I was afraid to ask him, man, what's up with it? You can give me some coke? Yeah. Man, we need a 40 when we got it. We can't buy it for him. That same night, we were just hanging out. We were just doing coke, hanging out. When I came back, every time I came back, we meet up with this guy.
Every time you came back.
Every time.
How'd you meet up with him?
She probably had his number. We found him one time driving when we came up here on the Prius. That day that he shot the fucking Prius, we seen him that same day, maybe half an hour before that happened. Well, that's where we bumped into him. And we asked him, hey, what's up, man? We need some powder. And we'll follow him somewhere to go get some coke. He was with a group of people. He said, all right, let me go drop these people off, and then we'll go over there. As we followed him, that's when he shot the car, and we had that mechanical problem in the car.
Who shot the car?
Garcia.
We'll have to get to that. That's not the same day that you first got there, right?
No.
Let's try to. I know it's a lot of information.
That same night was this. I was just up here scoping him out. We ain't do nothing. Came out here following him for 2 days. After that, like the Friday, we were gone. We was here from Wednesday to Friday the most. I was gone. That's it. I just came out here, scoped him out there. We see what he was about, where he go, what his routes. But every time he go to the daycare, I lose him because he just takes so long. So I'm like, man, this guy never comes back out. And then when I go drive back, the car was never there. So we ended up going back to the hotel and hanging out, just hanging out, and we were partying. We was out here partying. Then we'll do the same thing the next morning. We'll wake up and try to follow him all over again to the same daycare. That's all. We already knew where he lived. We also used to following this guy. I said, why you keep following this guy if you know where he lived?
You're in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I'm in the passenger seat at that time. You know, he was following. I didn't drive the first night. That's it. That night was over. That's a done deal night. The night that I came up in a car, that's when everything happened.
Okay.
I drove.
Let's don't get to that yet. Hold on a second. We still need to get to do that first trip. He tells you what it's about. He shows you this picture, and you're getting this information on the way up, and while you're already here, or he already has the full story, and he's double checking with her on the phone.
He told me the story already in my house. It was just me and him in the house by himself. He told me everything.
That the guy has 2 kids, and the woman wants the kids back.
Yes.
Does he say the woman's name then?
Not at all.
Okay, and does he say anything? Does he bring up Katie at all when you're at the house?
Yeah.
Down in Miami.
He like, I asked him, who's fucking hiring? He like, Katie told me this lady's gonna hire me, but I want you to go with me. Then I hired. They weren't hiring me. They were hiring him.
Right.
So he said, I'm gonna break you off. I give you 35 grand.
Okay.
I said, all right, for the drive. I said, all right, fuck it, I'll take the drive.
So you're just back up.
I'm just back up, just driving.
Okay.
That was the whole deal. I'm just driving.
So he's saying Katie is the person between the woman that wants this done.
Katie's the one in the middle doing everything. Put it like that.
Okay. And that's what he tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so then you hear her over the phone, because you don't meet with her before y'all leave.
I never met with her.
Okay. And you hear her over the phone, and you told Mr. Collins just now that you're sitting as close as you two were,
Yeah, it is.
and you can hear and recognize her voice,
Of course.
and she is saying specifically what? When he's talking to her, what? Just give me an idea what he's saying.
Oh, when he's talking to Sheila, yo, get up there quick. You know, make sure you do everything right. Don't do nothing stupid. Look at the house. You know, you got the paper. I know you have. Where he has the paper.
Where'd the paper come from?
See that? I can't tell you what the paper.
That's fine. That's fine. If you can't tell us, that's
I
fine.
can't tell you. I know he had the paper. He showed me the paper, so I don't know where the paper come from. But I just like I tell you, it's black and white like that. But I can hear it saying, you know, make sure everything gets done right. When you're done, call me. Boom. It was like maybe like a 2-3 seconds conversation. I'm up. He said, man, you ready? I said, man, I'm been ready. Let's go. Let's ride. All right, we drove. We drove the whole time up there. He talked to her once, you know. She told him, don't be calling me so much.
She said
Just
that.
call me when you finish. She thought it was gonna happen that same night that we went up there,
First trip.
the first trip. I ain't let that shit happen. I'm like, man, I ain't doing shit. I was still, you know, like, what the fuck? You know, my mind was like, for some kids, are we gonna kill this guy for fucking kids? Are you serious? Why can't she just get full custody?
Louis, were you hired by Garcia to do the job?
Yeah, Garcia paid me.
I know, but were you just a ride-along, or were you actually going to be the trigger man?
No,
I don't know why
I'm
he paid you so much money for a ride.
I was just a ride along. He goes, come with me, and then as we're going, at one point he tells me, you know, you should go in there and kill him. I said, nah, dog.
Louis, if the truth is that
That's
you were
true.
hired,
I told you. I never changed my story.
Okay.
I told him the story.
Alright.
He asked me, you know what? You should go in there and kill him. You should go in there. I'm not going. Like, you know.
why would he want you to go in and kill him? Does he believe you've killed people in the past?
That's what he thinks.
Have you ever killed anybody in the past?
Never in my life, sir.
You know you're under oath.
Yeah, never in my life. I put my hands up. Never in my life I killed nobody.
Okay.
I don't beat people with bats here with sticks and shit like that.
But you had mentioned before that the first trip was the intent that you were going to do the shooting.
Yeah. He thought I was gonna do a shooting, but I wouldn't have enough balls to fucking shoot somebody for some kids, man. So I didn't do it. So the whole
But maybe what about for $30-some thousand?
I still wouldn't. I couldn't do it. I didn't even grab the gun. That's how crazy it is.
But you had the gun the first time. The gun came from you or
Yeah,
from
the gun came from me.
the first trip?
I gave him the gun. He grabbed it. He cleaned it up with alcohol, cleaned it up, and he held it the whole time.
But we're talking about the first trip.
Oh, the first trip I had the gun in the hotel.
Right. The first trip, you supplied the gun.
Yeah, I supplied the gun.
Okay. The second trip, did you supply the gun?
Yes, the same gun.
Describe the gun the first trip. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm confused.
Yeah, and it happened.
Okay.
It's a 38 Smith & Wesson short nose. The same gun we came up with. The same gun we came up the first time. We came up with two guns. I came up with two guns.
Yes.
Last time we were talking, I meant to tell you, but you had 20 minutes, and I'm like, I told Chuck, man, I gotta tell him. I don't want to make no mistake.
No.
Came up with two guns. There's a blue steel, long nose, Taurus, and a 38.
Who had what?
There was two guns.
You had them both? Who had them?
No, both was in the car stash. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm going to keep one because you never know what's going to happen. I really didn't trust Garcia. I don't know if he was going to fucking kill me. If he was a kid, this guy was going to kill me. So I was prepared for whatever.
You grew up with this guy. He's not going to kill you.
Man, you go kill somebody and then you drugged up, man, and then you shoot the fucking car.
Oh, well, that's true. He did shoot the car. So, all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Shit.
Well, I forgot about that part. But I mean, I don't know. Would he intentionally shoot you?
Maybe he'd be like, you know, I killed this guy. This guy might snitch on me. Boom, let me kill him too. Let me get him out the way and let me steal all the money.
I've seen that before. Okay. So the blue steel, long nose,
Long nose blue steels. It was Taurus.
Taurus 38,
And 38 Smith & Wesson was the black one.
short.
Short nose. That's the one.
Can we take a short break just for a second? And we're not going anywhere. I just want to go off the record for a second if we can. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'll have
You
to.
in?
What?
What do you mean?
Okay. All right.
It,
No, it's okay. We don't need to. It's not that important. But
okay. So short nose, 38, Smith & Wesson. What color?
Black.
Okay. Both 38 caliber.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You supplied both of these guns?
No, just one.
Which
The
gun
blue
did you
steel
supply?
is the long nose blue steel Taurus is Garcia's gun.
Where'd he get it?
I don't know. That's his gun.
Okay. So that's his gun.
That was his
The
gun.
blue steel, long nose, he
Yes, sir.
brought.
I support the short nose black 38.
The blue steel, long nose, longer barrel,
He brought.
Taurus, Garcia brought, and you don't know where he got it from. Okay.
is that a 9? The Taurus is a 9mm?
No, 38.
38.
Okay.
All right. You brought the 38 black short nose Smith & Wesson.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get that gun?
From a neighborhood from a black boy that I know.
A neighborhood black boy that you know?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
How long before did you How long did you get it before? When did you get it? A week before, the day before, the day of that you took the trip?
When he told me, he said he needed. When he told me, he said I needed a .38 revolver. Cause he showed me the blue stem, and that's a big gun. What the hell? Shit, you trying to blow somebody's brain? Are you crazy? He said, yeah, they find me a .38 small one. I said, you know what? I think I know where to get one. Cause I remember somebody trying to sell one around the neighborhood. So when I seen the black boy around the trailer park, I said, man, what's up, man? You still got that gun for sale? He said, yeah. I said, man, I give you $150 for it. So I gave him $150 and got the gun.
This was what day before you took the trip?
The day he told me. Yeah, when he went to go rent the car, I got it the same day. When he went to go rent the car, I said, by the time you come back, I should have it in my hand. Cause when I picked it up, I had it on me. I was in Rochelle's house drinking, and I called. He like, when I got to my house, he like, man, you get that? I'm like, nah, I ain't get it. I was playing like, I ain't get it. Fuck him. I'm saying, nah, I got it. I took it on the hill. When I gave it to him, like, all right, he cleaned it real quick. Like, I'm gonna clean it that way you don't have your fingerprints on it. He cleaned it with alcohol and bandana, and we took it. All right, we're going. He said, I said, you gonna take both of them? You gonna take both? Take one? He said, yeah, I take both. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, take both. So we took both of them up here.
You don't know the guy's name that you got the gun from?
No, it was just a neighborhood kid that he was selling, a young kid too. And it had to be real young, like 18, 19.
Does the gun come with bullets, or you had to go buy bullets?
No, I had to get bullets.
Where'd you get the bullets?
I think I have bullets already. Yeah. No, we went to the store. Matter of fact, I did. I went to the store. 117 on Biscayne. 117, 112 on Biscayne. It's a gun store. Went in there about the 38.
117 or 112?
Yeah, in between.
Oh, between those two?
Between them two.
Okay.
I'm just giving you
Right.
like an address right around there on Biscayne.
What neighborhood?
Biscayne.
I understand.
North Miami.
Okay.
Everything is by my hood.
Remember what kind of store? Name
A gun store. No, it's the only gun store right there. It's the only gun store. It's right, matter of fact, it's right next to so we rent the car at.
Where you rented which car?
The Prius.
Okay.
I rent the Prius. It's right next door to it. Maybe a little further down.
Who went to the gun store?
I walk in there.
By yourself?
Yeah, because I used to box. And the shirt that I had on, it says PL, Police Department Boxing Gym. And I walked in there, because I just came out the gym, I had that shirt, walked in there, and they ain't even asking for ID. I said, yeah, I need some bullets. What you need? I said, nah, 38. Grabbed me left.
He didn't go with you?
Oh, he was outside the car.
He's outside in the car.
Yeah, he's outside the car. He's
This was the day before, the day of you're leaving?
the day before we left.
Tudo's outside in the car. He didn't go in the store.
He was in the back. He was in the back in the alley. I was over Mercedes.
Has he got you buy for him too, or he already had bullets?
Nah, I bought them for him. I bought them for me.
No, I know that. I mean, I'm saying you bought bullets for both guys, really.
Yeah, it was like 12 little bullets. There was 6 and 6 in each gun.
Right? But did you buy just 12?
Just 12.
You can buy individual 12 bullets.
Yeah, individual 12 bullets. You buy singles.
Okay. Like cigarettes. Okay.
You go in there and buy them single because this is your type of single. Whatever you need. They're 15 for $20. You know, shit like that.
Now,
Interesting gun store.
these stores probably don't follow the rules, and they should have records of selling ammunition, shouldn't they? Maybe not.
They sell it to everybody, man. I don't give a fuck who he is.
This Tudo's. I mean, this is Lewis's neighborhood. He knows.
Honestly, anybody can walk in there and get it, man. They ain't gonna ask for no ID. Until I ask for ID if you're trying to buy a gun. That's it.
Okay. So now the only thing that I feel like is lacking is the $5,000 that you brought up.
That they gave him? That's what you're talking about?
Did you give somebody $5,000?
Oh, if I get somebody $5,000,
They gave you.
I when I got paid.
Okay,
You
okay, all right. You said $5,000 just a minute ago from Katie.
Coming up.
Oh no, when we're coming up this way, he had money. I said, yo, how much money you got? I think he's like $5,000. Like, damn, they give you that much money to take a ride? yeah, let's go. And then, he gave me 500. He like, hold this, just in case I run out. I know he's gonna run out because he's gonna buy everything in cold. So I said, yeah, let me hold him on the phone. We went up here. I'm telling you, right in this way, we stopped in a couple of stores. We put gas, I think $30 in gas, and then another 30. Came up here, we put more gas. Bought some drugs. We bought a bunch of little bottles. We're just hanging out with that party the whole night. Rent the hotel, get a guy $20. He bought like $100. They $200 worth of coke off that black guy. Just buying shit all day. I knew he would run out. The only thing I remember him having maybe $600 left in his pocket. All that money. Like, you have that much money left? Like, come on, man.
So this first trip, do you know where the $5,000 came from?
Katie gave it him.
He said that?
Yeah, I'm like, who gave you the money? Like, my wife gave me the money because the other lady gave her the money to give to him. Be like, look, this is just to let you know that I'm real. Like, I'm honest about what I'm gonna give you. Like saying, real out. Then the next trip is when he had like $2,000. And he gave me $200 out of that shit. Kept it in my pocket. He ran out and I had to use my $200.
Good, I think you had some.
Are you doing that? Okay. So we know we're coming up on that first trip. It might be hard to think back, but how many cell phones did y'all have?
I always kept my two. I remember I have 2 phones.
You had 2 phones that first trip you came up?
Yeah, always. First trip, second trip, my whole fucking life.
Okay. Do you remember what the numbers were on the first 2 phones?
On my phones. Jessica don't know. She gotta have it. I don't know if it was 290. I can't remember the number. Jessica don't know. She'll know. She probably has it on the phone. I don't remember the number.
Okay.
But I know he had a throwaway phone.
Just one?
Yeah, he had 1 phone. He had a throwaway phone.
How did he communicate with
Katie?
Katie?
With her phone.
Did he call her straight up on the number? Did he have any apps he was using? Did he have anything special?
I was firm. I think they both had throwaways. I don't know what phone she had, but I know the second trip, I remember her calling her from her, using her phone, because I know her. I know her number, so I remember that. But the first trip, I think they had throwaways. I know for sure you had a little black phone.
How would you see or come into knowledge of her number if she wasn't calling you? How would you know that her number would call on the second trip if she wasn't calling you?
The second trip, no, she ain't calling me, she calling him.
All right.
But I can hear her voice. I know Katie's voice. I hear her voice. And it's, but the phone wouldn't have no names on it. So when she called, you can see the number.
And you saw it.
Yeah, I seen Katie's number. I know Katie's number by heart. I just remember. I was thinking about her number last night. I can't think about the numbers and shit.
Do you remember it now?
I think the last phone number was 1612. 5-something, 1612, something around there. That's her number. But I know Katie's voice. I'm 100% sure she was in this the whole time, and I know because I heard her voice, and she gave Garcia the money to come up here, and she called me after the murder the next day. Where's Garcia? Did y'all want the money? Find that nigga. I asked somebody else to go pick them up. He ought to go pick them up for me. And that's only the truth. I ain't gonna say I'm fucking lying bullshit none of y'all. I got yesterday lie about nothing. If I want to, I can just one straight try and fuck everything. I don't want to do the truth.
That's it.
Okay, so you come up here, you go to the hotel, you stay there, Cracker gets you to the room, registers for you, you all stay there 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights it sounds like.
Yeah.
Same room, 109, 110,
Yeah.
or 110?
One of them, I think it was 110, I'm not even sure, but one of them, I'll show you the room that I was in, between 1 and 2.
You go to the house, you already know where the house is, did you all have to use a map to get to the house? Or did he drive straight to the house?
We drove to come to his house. We stopped one time and the guy man, I can't remember how to get to Tallahassee. I remember we grabbed the map real quick and okay, it's over here, fuck, I don't need this. Threw it away and we drove straight away. Once we got over here, we went straight to his house.
You're saying to get to Tallahassee, you had to get a paper map.
Yeah, because he like, I can't remember, because he was drunk. He's like, man, I don't remember. So we stopped in a gas station. He bought a map real quick, looked at the map. He's like, all right, I don't need it. Boom. That thing threw it in the glove compartment. He's like, all right, I know where we at. And he kept driving. So we got down here, we went straight to his house.
So he didn't need any help getting to his house from the motel.
He didn't have to pull a paper out no more, look at no address. He already knew everything.
And that's when y'all parked down there on the south, well, it's the south side of Benton Road.
2116 his house. That's Markel's number.
How do you know that?
Because I remember when I passed with y'all the other day.
Oh, okay. All right, so.
But I remember the first time when I passed by, I looked at the numbers, but I couldn't remember. So that's why when I tried to go back around, if I could look at the house, I was looking at the numbers, if it can hit my mind. So I remember, you know.
So he parked in that park where you had to stop
Yes, sir.
and faced towards the street so you could see him coming out of his road.
The same way we pulled in, hotel was there, we was watching.
And then y'all followed him, you said, to the daycare.
To the daycare.
We're on the first trip still.
The first trip. The
And
first
he's
trip, the
driving.
second trip, we followed him to the daycare.
Y'all did the same pattern.
Yeah, same pattern.
So he follows him and they go to the daycare. What, and does he park over there to wait?
Yeah, we parked like, when I was passing by the last time, which I can't remember, we parked like in the corner, waiting for him to come, but I never seen him come out. I like, yo, this guy's not coming. So we always lost him, because I guess when he come out, he hit the right and go that way towards like the gym. Never came back, so that we would leave. The first night was up here, we left, we ended up going to Hooters. We ate some chicken wings, drank beer like crazy. Went back to the hotel, did pot and drank. Just hanged out. Like the first week was out here, we just, for 3 days, we just scoped them out for 2 days. Maybe a day and a half, and that's it.
What caused you to leave town? Why did you give up and just go back home?
Me, personally, I told him, listen, man, I don't think this is going to be worth it. That day, I'm like, this is not worth it, man. We should just get out of here. You know, I don't think. It's bad. I like, think about it, man. Man, you know, I got to do it, the money, this and that. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. But we leaving. We left. And then, about like a month later, the second trip, we like, man, I got to do this, man. I got to do this. So I just, you know, that day he told me that, I thought about it all day. Like, where the fuck this nigga's tripping? And it's all because of Katie, man. Like, she had him crazy. You know, she'll go cheat on him, and I guess she told him, if you want me back, you gotta go do this shit. Because when we came back a week later, they were together again. Like, we went to the park. We seen a pocket fight at my brother's house. Everybody was hanging out. You know, it was crazy. So I'm like, she had them all messed up. She had them all confused. So
Were you in any? Were you present in any of those conversations when she says, if you want me or want me back or anything like that, you got to do this?
No, but me talking to him, he's try to say something, but I know my friend. I grew up since he was 5 years old. I'm like, all right, dog, let's go, man. I really know why you're doing this for. You're doing this because of his stupid ass wife. Let's go. So I went with him. But it was all her. It's all fucking Kate's for me and this shit, man.
So they worked together during this time of the murder? Where was he living at?
He was living in Biscayne 186 between Miami Beach and Biscayne.
In a house, apartment?
Apartment.
Was he living with anybody?
He was with, at that time, was Hibaro was staying with him.
Hibaro?
Yeah. Anthony was staying there because she'll go drop the kids off, and Garcia leave, go get fucked up, go to Shrimp's house, stay in Shrimp's house, and leave the kids with Hibaro.
It was Shrimp. It was Shrimp.
Tati, I call her Tati. I think her name was Tati. But I just called her Shrimp. That was like his girlfriend.
His girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll go harass him. Every time she was over there, she'll go pass by, drive by. Oh, motherfucker, I see you. Throw a picture of the house, send it to his phone. Like, you fucking this guy, and then you over here harassing my dog live. My dog live his life. And do you? Because he was showing me the pictures. Man, look what this girl does. She around like, and you like it, and you love it. So, what's the use? Because you'll be one day with Shrimp, and then you'll go one night, spend one night with Katie, then she'll kick your ass out the house, and she'll go with this guy. Come on, man, like, she had him so messed up that he was drinking every day. Every day he would drink, every day he would do coke. There wasn't not one day that passed by without that man drinking and doing coke.
He's messed up over Where was she living at?
That time, that's... I don't know, I think it was in Miami think she was still living in Miami Beach. I'll tell you that last time. I think she was still living in Miami Beach. I can't remember where she was staying at.
Time.
But I know after the money and all this shit, she moved where she's at now. Trying to get a better place. Then he moved in with her for a little bit. Then I went over there and spoiled her quiet, told him, man, fuck that, let's go. Look at her getting dressed. She leaving in the house and she's leaving. Let's leave. And we left and he never came back. But he'll come late night, sneak in, and be like, you either gonna leave her or you're gonna be with her. Like, she got your head all messed up. She made you go do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying she really didn't give a fuck. Cause she made you do something that you weren't even supposed to do, man. That's your wife, and she's supposed to take care of you. You know, I used to tell them stuff like that. Hey, I got into an argument. I argued with him a couple of times. Like the first night we came down, I argued with him back in my alley. I'm like, man, fuck this. We argued, whatever. He left. Then he called me, and then we met up. We went to the bar. And I'm like, I was frustrated. I even woke up one day. I was in my house drinking. I ain't tell you this though. I was in my house drinking one day, and I was so mad. I was thinking about the murder, and it was just hitting me. And then he came to my house. Jessica called him, yo, come over here and calm this nigga down. I don't know what's wrong with him. He came and told me, chill out, man. Stop thinking about that shit. I said, man, it ain't even that, man. Like, I ain't do it. How the fuck can you walk around here like that? Something that you did and you got here, like everything is all right. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about that man and them kids. Like, it really hurted me, man. It really do.
When you all didn't do anything the first time, did anybody call when you're heading back to Miami, or what was the first indication is?
He was talking to her. I know he kept talking to her on the phone. The first ride, he talked to her a lot. I know he did. He kept talking to her. I kept telling him, get off the phone, bro. Like, he talking to her. Nothing to talk about. When you get down there, you talk to her personal. No need to be on the phone. I told him, I said, you're going to get caught. I told him just like that after him. I said, that's how we're going to get caught. You on this phone. You talk too much. Especially when you're drunk. You speak too much. But he always kept talking. Every time she would call me, then she go again. My God.
But did he call her when y'all were on the way back? You decided to abort the mission. You're not going to do it. You're not going to kill the guy this time.
Yeah, the first night, yeah, he called. He like, oh, nothing happened. We'll probably come back, but nothing happened today. Like, fuck it, this shit is sour. It's not, you know, we couldn't even find the guy. We followed him. We kicked. Every time we go to his house, I couldn't tell if he was in his house or not because his car go under the garage. So we could never know if he was there or not.
Did you ever hear a conversation between him and her, or was anybody questioning why y'all didn't do it?
No. Ain't nobody questioning us. Ain't nobody gonna question me. Ain't nobody even. I think that they didn't even know I was going on the ride unless the only one that knew was Katie. She knew I was in that car.
How did she know that?
Because he told her. He told her, I'm going with Tato. They call me Tato. So they think I'm going with Tato. So I said, I asked him who knows. He goes, no, it's just Katie. I said, that lady knows I'm in the car. He's like, nobody knows, just Katie. But in my instance, I didn't trust him that day. I'm like, somebody else got to know. Because if you told Katie, Katie had to tell that lady. Because, that day that they murdered, when I seen Wendy, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, that's Wendy. I remember her clear as day with them two boys.
When you all get back to Miami, you just go drive straight back to Miami?
Yeah, straight to Miami.
And where do you go from there when you get there with the car?
What car? Which one?
The car he's driving, the rental car.
Oh, the Nissan. I think he stayed with it for a couple of days. I think he stayed with it. We came back. When I come back, I will end up in Billy's. That's
You
my
what
spot.
now?
I go to Billy's, Sport Bar. That's my spot. No matter what. No matter what I do, I'm always going to end up right there. So I'm thinking I was there that night. I came back home. I came home. Yeah, we went to Billy's. We was in Billy's.
Was Katie there?
In Billy's? I don't think so.
Did you all go straight to Billy's, or did you go to Jessica's first and then Billy's?
No, I stopped at my house, take a shower, changed up, got dressed, and went to Billy's.
By yourself?
In my house, yeah, that was my house. He left. He went. I don't know if he went to see Katie or he went to Shrimp's house. So I said, look, I'm finna take a shower, and relax. I'm gonna get some coke, and then we ride. And he met me in Billy's, because I wanted Billy's in my car.
By yourself?
Yeah, I wanted Billy's. It was me, my brother, and him. I don't know if Ricardo came with me. Don't know if I picked up Ricardo that day. Can't remember. Can't really remember that much. I'm not seeing a lot of, But I always end up in Billy's. I go Billy's by myself, everybody with me was there.
Was there a discussion about not doing the hit?
Not at all.
There's no discussion at Billy's between you and Tudo?
Mm-mm.
So what was it? So at that point, was it just like, we're just not going to do this? Or was it, we're not going to do this now?
And we didn't speak about it, so I figured like it was kind of dead. But then he told me, look, we got to go back.
Same night?
No, like I think a couple of days after, about 3 or 4 days, then we got to go back up there.
Does anybody want the rest of that $5,000 back?
He never told me about the money, if they wanted it back or not. But I know the money was paid and that he had to do it. Now, I give you interest, you gotta go, you gotta go do it. But we never spoke, I never really spoke about this shit that much. Never spoke to him about it. Never came back and told him anything. When it happened, that day to me it was dead. The same day it happened, I buried that shit, never told nobody nothing. I stayed quiet with it. I never spoke to him about nothing, never told him nothing. But I know we came back. I remember him telling me we're gonna have to come back. The day we left, we're gonna have to come back and see what's gonna say. If we have to, we come back. But I really wasn't up to it. But we came back and everything happened.
Next trip, whatever.
I just want to back up just to hear. You said a while ago when him and Katie always had it messed up and stuff. What was Katie doing? I mean, you said she was going to see somebody and stuff.
You go see the dentist.
Who's the dentist? Tell us about that.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name, but the only way I knew his name, I guess, I used to talk to my wife, she'd be like this, she's with a dentist. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. I already knew she was fucking a dentist. He told me his name, but I couldn't remember. Right now I remember his name because it just came to my mind. But at that point, he'd be like, this bitch over there cheating on me. We used to work together. We left the job one day. We left work. We went to a restaurant. And I went, we coming over here for it. Like, now, because she's over here cheating with me with the dentist she's working with. I'm like, damn. And that was like the first time that he told me, like, that's fucked up. And you over here stalking this hoe. Like, come on, you're not an ugly guy, man. You go get whatever you want. Like, leave her, but I know he wanted to get the car and smash right through. I'm like, yo, I'll get off the car if you gonna do all that stupid shit. If you wanna run the car into that restaurant, I'll get off the car.
He was that jealous of him?
He was jealous, real jealous. He's real jealous about Katie.
But he didn't do that, though, did he?
No, of course not. I think I wouldn't even be here. I think he would have been in jail.
I mean, he never approached that dude or anything like that, right?
No.
He never did that.
Never. Never. I know he told me that the guy looks like him a little bit. How the fuck the guy look like you, man? I know that's what he told me one time. He was drunk. I looked at him and I laughed. I'm like, you gotta be tripped for real. I remember him telling me that. But.
Okay. All right. So we move up in time. You said he's talked about going back down. Tell us what's the next thing that happened to make all that happen.
No, the next time they gotta come up here, so we came up. That's when I rented the Prius. We came up. We took the drive up here that night.
How much warning did you have that you're going to take this trip, or how much? He starts telling you.
He told me one time, and that's it. And then the time that he came, he told me that one time, yo, we gotta come up and all right, whatever. I thought he was bullshitting, so yeah, all right, whatever. Because he was always drunk. So.
Because you're working.
Yeah,
you still have a job. You
yeah,
have a job anymore, right? You helped him get a job way back then, right?
I helped him get a job. I gave him a job.
Is he still working there with you at this time?
No. I had to fire him because he was drunk in the job.
Okay. So he's not even working.
I'm still working. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I ain't really paying no mind. That Wednesday when I get off work, he comes, hey man, we gotta go. Like, this nigga, in my mind, I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, he's serious about this shit. You know, so, all right. I said, what's up with you? Look, we need to rent a car. I'm like, man, you better find somebody to rent a car. I'm not renting a car in my name. But there was nobody to find. I don't have no license, nobody. So I'm like, all right, let's go. I jumped in my car, in a Mercedes. Went over there, parked by the side, like the next block over. I jumped off. I said, "Here, go my car." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay back here." I went in. He gave me the money. He gave me $250. I went inside.
$250?
$350.
$350.
I went inside. I said, "Man, I need a car." I said, "I need a good car. He's gonna give me around to Orlando." I told the guy. Yeah, man, only one I got there is that little green car right there. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Boom. Gave him $350. Took the car and left. Followed him to my house. I took a shower. We left early. I think we left.
Louis, was there any discussions at that point, and you may have already said, about how much money you were going to get paid for taking this trip? I mean, are you just doing this out of friendship, or was there a certain amount of money that you expected to get? You already told us you didn't want to go. You didn't want to shoot anybody.
But I was really doing it because my best friend and I didn't want him to take nobody else and get them all fucked up.
Okay.
He told me, I'll give you 35 grand.
That was before you took the first trip.
That's before I took it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry for
That's all right.
interrupting. I just like to.
No, it's good for clarification.
Yes.
That he'd already been, my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, is you'd already settled that he was going to give you 30 and then give you an extra 5.
30 and then he's going to give me an extra 5, but he gave me an extra 7. He gave me, was 37.
Okay.
37.
But that's before even leaving the very first time.
Yeah, before even the first time.
And I believe, it's your story, but I believe you said before something about you knew that the total amount equaled $100,000 or something.
Yeah.
Was that before you took the first trip?
Yeah, before he took the first trip, because he told me, I'm gonna give you 30, but then he gave me 30. He gave me 37. He gave me 35 first, and then he gave me extra some money on top of it. So it was 37 in total. Then I asked him, how much you getting? He got like 40 something. So I said, how much Katie is getting? Well, she getting the rest. I'm like, hold up. I might be illiterate, but motherfucker, I can count money. 37 and 40 something, and the rest. Nah, she getting more than 50. She getting more than 60 something grand in her pocket. So I mean, there was more money because, me being in prison in Coleman, I'm hearing about her. Oh, she getting a new car. This guy getting a new car. And I'm like, how are you getting all this if this nigga ain't working and she ain't doing shit but fucking his dentist? So the dentist buying her car. She buying her car. She had already spent all his money. He don't have the money. He spent $5 grand on a Nissan Maxima. He spent $2,800 on a Monte Carlo. Bought the bike for, I think it was $32 or $2,900. And the bike is, we bought bikes, but ain't no 2016 bikes. It's some old bikes. My bike was a 03, and his was, I think it was a 97, but it was souped up. Our bikes, all of us souped up. And I paid for my bike was $2,300. That's it. But, all this money that he spent, if you come to add up, he ain't got much left. Then he rented the apartment, paid for the apartment for 6 months. That way he don't lose it because he don't have no job.
Paid for 6 months outright?
Yeah, he paid the rent for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He told me I paid the rent. Then I go to the house, he got a big ass TV. I'm like, damn, what are you doing big things? Where you getting this money from? Because I know you spent all your money. Like, I know you, Dudo. I know you spent. He like, man, I'm down to that 3. I remember he asked me, let me hold some money. And I told him, man, I ain't got no money. I did. So I ain't got no money. I already knew what he wanted for. I was like, what you want? They had me for $20. I said, well, you want $20? Man, I'm finna get Coke. I said, why you gonna go buy Coke if I sell Coke? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you need Coke? I'll give it to you too, though. And nah, but I don't want to just be like a Hoover and trying to ask you all the time. I just want my own shit. I gave him Coke. I said, you do what you do, however you get your money. But I knew he could get his money.
You saw the TV in the new apartment and everything. That's well after the murder.
Yeah, right after the murder.
I mean, time had gone by for a while.
Yeah, time had gone by. Only been like about, say, like 6 months. 6, 7 months, 8 months. The money blew fast.
But you're saying, what I'm hearing is, I know he already blew all his money, but somehow these things are still coming in.
Yeah, it's still coming in, like where it's coming in. And then I remember asking him one time, what you did with your money? Oh, I stashed some of my money in Katie's car. I said, you stashed some money in Katie's car. And you think that girl won't look and clean her car and look and find it. He's like, no, I stashed it real good, but I never asked him where he stashed it. He said he stashed it in the car. So I'm like, man, you was lying. In my mind, like, to me, you was lying to me because you kept getting money. You bought all these toys, man. You buying shit left and right. Your car, the Nissan broke down. You destroyed the car. You had to fix the transmission. You had to fix this. Like, fuck. The Monte Carlo you bought is an old school Monte Carlo. It needed work done to it. You know, you probably put $2 or $3 grand into it already.
After he bought it for 27,
After he bought it for 27.
and the Nissan was 5,
The Nissan was $5,000.
and you said his bike was 3,200,
Yeah, they $3,200.
and you only spent 223 on yours.
Yeah, I only bought me a bike. I ain't buy nothing else. I bought Jessica the little raggedy ass Toyota for like $200-300 for my best friend. And that's it.
You said that she had gotten a car. Judy wasn't working at the time, right? You said something about somebody gave Katie a car.
When I was in prison.
Oh, okay, that was later on.
That's later on.
Okay, that's later on. Okay, so
that got
back
nothing to
then,
do with no. I'm just.
Okay.
I was just bringing like how y'all keep getting money, how y'all keep
Okay.
getting all this stuff.
so going back to when you're talking about, he wasn't working. Was Katie working? Do you know?
Yeah, she was working with the tenants, I believe. She was still working with him. She was still working with the tenants.
Okay.
So when he stashed his money in the car, what kind of car did she have at the time?
That same car she has a Mitsubishi, whatever you want to call it, SUV, the white one she has right now.
White SUV.
All right, so he says, hey, we need to go back. We have to go back. I'm going back. And the money's already been arranged from before to make another trip. You're not going to get promised any more than what you originally promised, which is 30 plus 5 plus 2. And so he basically says that you go to the rental car place, you get the Prius, you go drop your car off.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, and then what happens from there?
We took off, we came up here.
Same 2 guns?
No, ain't no more, it was just one gun.
Okay, I thought both guns went both trips.
No, sir.
Just one?
Just one trip.
Short nose, long nose.
Short nose.
What happened to the long nose?
Probably left it home. I don't know what he did with the long nose.
You left it at home?
No, he probably left it in his house.
Okay.
I don't know what he did. I only took one gun.
Okay, so short gun, the one you got from the black guy in the neighborhood for $150.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you haven't shot up on the bullets yet? Nobody shot any either one of them? How do you even know it works?
Because he shot a hole through the fucking car.
That was an accident, though. I'm talking about before he even left Miami.
Oh, no, he ain't tested or nothing.
Nobody tested it.
Nobody tested it. It was tested in the car that day that he shot the hole through the...
Okay, so
That's it.
and we'll get to that in a second, but basically you saying that you bought the gun, never test fired it, he never test fired it,
Never.
but that's the only gun you're bringing this time.
That's the only gun we brought. Just one gun. The
Okay.
first trip was 2 guns. The second trip was 1 gun. That's it.
Okay, so you get in the Nissan, you're driving. I'm sorry.
Not a Nissan.
Prius.
The Prius.
You rented it.
I drove.
You said something to them about he might drive it or no? Was he ever going to drive the Prius?
No, I drove. He drove for a little bit. The night we left, he drove. He took off. But then he was drunk. He's like, you know what, man, you should drive because if we get pulled over, this car's not under my name, it's under your name. So I'm like, you know what, you're right. But then I tell him, I'm in probation, man. If we get pulled over, I'm going to go to jail.
You're saying that to him?
To him, and we get pulled over.
Okay.
So the day we get pulled over, the officer grabbed my license, came back, gave me a ticket, like, slow down, put your seatbelt. Gave me a speeding ticket. And I'm on my head. I looked at Press C and told him, this motherfucker didn't take me to jail.
So you got a ticket in the Prius
In the Prius.
on the second trip,
On the second trip.
on the way up here.
Way up
You have any idea what town you were near or what road you were on? Or
there. Man, I know. Keep going with these towns. You know, I don't know. I'm not good with these towns.
I know.
The only thing I can probably can say, I keep saying Gainesville, because that's like, every time I drive, I'm like, yo, are we close? Every time I used to see, because they had a G on them, I'm saying, yo, we close? Like, yeah, we like back in like an hour away from Tallahassee. Something like that. I'm like, all right. But by that time, that's when I got pulled over.
You weren't in Miami. You weren't in Tallahassee. So were you on the interstate, you think?
Yeah, I was in good. I asked him, because when we got pulled over, I'm like, yo, how long from here where we get pulled over to Tallahassee? He's like, we got maybe like an hour or 2 hours, the most. The top was 2 hours. So I'm like, all right. I'm not trying to get pulled over. I know if I get pulled over again, fuck. But when I get pulled over, I tell them, yo, this is a sign, man. We should just turn around. Like, nah, man, fuck that. We up here. So we drove to Tallahassee. That's when everything happened.
Okay. So you get to Tallahassee. He knows where he's going. 'Cause you didn't drive the first time. So he knows where he's going.
You know everything. When I'm driving, he's telling me where to go.
Y'all end up at the same hotel,
Same hotel. Same hotel.
109 or 110.
Yeah, same room and everything.
Okay. And from that point, what do? You start doing coke and stuff again, or?
Yeah, we started drinking, getting cool. I barely didn't sleep.
What time did you get here to Tallahassee?
Oh, damn. How to be late? We left early that day, right? Yeah. I think we left early that day. Then we got up here like around 11 o'clock at night. Let's see. Like 11.
Okay.
11 o'clock. Somewhere around there. I'm never gonna give you the time and then you might be all fucked up.
Was he talking to anybody on the phone on the way up?
No. No, he was doing coke. I didn't really talk to nobody on the way up. If he did, I can't remember right now if he did. But the only person he's going to talk to is going to be Katie. He won't call nobody else.
Okay.
He won't call. The only person he talked to is Katie.
Okay. So you're at the hotel. You got the gun in the room?
The gun was in the car.
Okay.
The gun was in the car the whole night. He stayed in the car.
Okay.
The only time the gun was in the hotel was the first trip.
Okay.
But the gun was in the car. Wake up. I want to sleep maybe like around 2:30. 2:30 on that night.
In the afternoon?
In the morning. Because we got there at 10 o'clock at night. 10 to 11 o'clock at night. Went to the hotel. We're hanging out. We're just chilling. I said, man, I'm going to go to sleep. I got to get rest. Because if you're going to have me watch this guy all day tomorrow, I got to get rest. So I tried to fall asleep. He was still awake doing coke. I went to sleep. The next day, it was Thursday. It was Thursday. The next day we drove around there. I went around the block. I went around the block to the other park behind his house. He said, pull in here real quick. Let me go see if he's home. So we pulled in. He walked over there. He looked, came back. He's like, go around the house. He said he seen something, but he wasn't too sure if it was somebody. So when I go around the front of the house, that I come back like this. So I'm driving this way. Wendy's walking this way with the two kids. So I'm driving. Before I get to the bump, I'm looking to my rearview mirror and I ask Garcia, man, what's up with this lady? Why is she looking so much? She's like, oh, that's that lady. That's Wendy. I'm like, oh, that's her name. I said, well, so you know, I'm like, okay. I seen the two kids. I said, what's she doing up here? What is she doing up here? Oh no, she came to make sure that everything's alright because he's leaving out of town tomorrow. So it's gotta get done tomorrow morning before he leaves. I'm like, alright, we leave. We go back to the hotel.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. Was there ever a phone call from anyone around the time that you saw who he described to be?
When she walked, as I'm looking at the rear mirror, I seen her walk a little bit further from her house, get on the phone. By the time we get to the hotel, he's talking to Katie. That's when he asked Katie, what's she doing up here? You know? But I asked him in the car before Katie called, what is she doing up here? She came up here to see if everything's all right with the kids. I said, man, you gotta know something besides that shit. What this lady's doing up here? And she knows that we're up here. She knows you're up here. So what's she doing up here? So when he calls Katie. Hey, what's going on? I seen this lady over here. Oh no, she's making sure that everything is fine there. What time he's leaving tomorrow on the flight or wherever the fuck he was going. I said, so we gotta do this tomorrow. He's like, yeah, cause he's leaving and she came to see the kids. But I seen her face and everything. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, we're going back to the hotel. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down on the chair in the hotel. And he's like, you all right? Nah, I'm just curious what the fuck this lady's doing up here. Now, don't worry about that shit. Everything good, man. She just made sure that everything was all right. I said, I don't really like the sound of this shit, but whatever. If you say everything's all right, I trust you because I just trust you. I trust you because you're my dog. Don't worry about it, man. Here, man, take a drink. Like, man, that was early in the morning. It was 12. I'm like, man, I'm good. I don't want to fucking drink.
So this all happened before 12 noon?
Yeah, before 12.
On Thursday?
On Thursday.
You drove by, you saw her walking the kids. You asked him, he says, that's Wendy. She's making sure that we're going to do this or whatever.
That she wanted to make sure that we was up there. She thought that we were lying, that he was lying. Because they don't even know I'm in the car until she seen me that day.
Yeah, but your car's got tinted windows. Does she even know what kind of car you guys are in?
That car, it's not even tinted. Like, you can see through it. It's like, you can see it. It's tinted, but not dark like people think.
Right, but she wouldn't know you from Adam's house. She wouldn't know you from anybody.
Yeah, she don't know me from anybody. But you can see, you got a little short guy in the car like this. I'm driving like this. And you see Garcia. Garcia's on the passenger side. You know, so she looked and then he looked. Like, you know, that's what caught my attention. Like, what's up with this lady looking at the car? She didn't know she wanted to make sure that we was up here. I guess Katie had told him everything. And then he called Katie. I remember leaving that day when we left. He called Katie. Yo, everything all right with this lady? She's like, yeah, everything's straight. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you get that shit done.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Or he tells you that?
No, I can hear her talking on the phone.
You're in the car or in the motel room?
No, I'm in the car. We're still in the car. We have pulled up. Before we go in the hotel, we sit in the car for like 10 minutes. We don't go, we just start going, because I'm sitting down like, yo, you see that camera right there? You know, it's facing that way. You see that one over there? Yeah, man, how you see all this shit? I said, because look at that camera over there, man. I tell them, yo, you gotta start drinking, man, before you can pay attention.
So you hear her voice saying that he recognizes her without question. He doesn't have to ask.
He don't even gotta ask. He didn't even have to call an action under this shit. He already knew who it was.
He's already saying, why is Wendy here?
Yeah. No, I asked him why she's up here.
And then he relays to her on the phone.
Yeah, he relays to her why she came up here for.
Okay.
That's the conversation.
So it's not a question of if it's Wendy. He already knows it's Wendy.
Oh, he already knows it's Wendy.
And he's telling Katie, why is Wendy here?
To make sure that he was up here, make sure he wasn't lying, that she was just paying him for nothing but.
So Tudo's met Wendy.
Yeah, I think he did. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna answer that right there, because I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Did you know Wendy?
No, not at all.
You ever seen her before?
Just that day. That day I seen her, that Thursday. I'm not gonna say I never met her, I never seen her. I don't know if he met her or he knows, but I know he said that's Wendy. I'm like,
Okay. All right. And Katie says she wants to make sure that you guys are.
And we make sure that we was up there.
And you heard her voice say that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you're right back at the motel, and he wants to start drinking. It's before noon.
Yeah, we hanging out now. Now we in the hotel hanging out ready for the next day. I'm like, man, listen, don't get drunk, man. If you want to do something, you gotta do it right, man. He was toasted, man. Wake up in the morning, first thing he does, Chuck. I was taking a shower, like, don't tell me you're drinking, man. Man, I'm only taking a shot. Everything gonna be all right. He was already taking bumps. I'm like, oh man, fuck.
So at 12 noon, back on the Thursday, you're there, and did you go anywhere else? You had to go someplace else because the car has to get shot.
Yeah, we were driving around. That's when we seen that black boy with a car. We were driving around looking for coke. Matter of fact, he was driving around looking for coke. We had went to some bar. I don't remember where the bar was at. He said, man, let's go around here because I know somebody got to sell coke. But we bumped into him in the road.
In the road?
Yeah, the road. We were driving, bumped into him.
I thought somebody already had his number.
Yeah, Garcia got his number. Garcia was trying to call him, but he wouldn't answer. He was trying to call him, he couldn't answer. So I told him we bumped him in the road. But he, yo, what's up, dog? He like, Papa. And he like, hey, man, we need some party. They follow me. So as we following him, I'm in the back following him. That's when Garcia, I don't know what he was playing. I don't know why he was playing with a gun. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I'm driving, I'm that jump. Like, yo, what's up, man? You all right? I don't know. When I look at the car, like, they want to move on it. Yo, this car is not moving. What you did to the car? I was just laughing because he's so stupid. I'm like, what you did to the car? He's like, oh man, I don't know. I said, we don't got no gas. How the hell we don't got no gas? So we stopped. She looked under. He's like, oh shit, it's a line. I said, you shot the line? Are you serious? So we pushed the car outside the road. The black boy came, like, man, y'all come with me to the auto store. I said, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying in the car. I'm in the car. I'm still in the car. They come back. He's like, man, we gotta check the car. I'm like, man, get out the car. He's like, man, get out the car. Fuck, what you so scared of? It's not scary, it's just being cautious, man. I wasn't trying to get seen by nobody. So I got off the car. I'm outside the car, and while they jacking the car, I'm right here talking to the black boy. This nigga stupid, man. He's like, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. The hose, he saw something here. I didn't want to tell him what happened, you know. I said, I don't know, I hit something. But he had to fix some small little holes because he's a little mechanic, so he fixed it up. But I was outside the car for maybe 10 minutes. We jumped back in and we followed him. Followed him to some trailer parks. Some trailer park. I ain't pull up all the way in the park, I just pulled up in the side. Like, wait for me right here. He went and got some coke and went back to the hotel. Yeah, I think he followed us. He rented the hotel for us. This time he rented it. He rented the hotel. So we just hanged out. We hanged out, and then the next morning, when we woke up, that's when I went to Markel's house.
Stop right there for a second. All right, with all that and the guy that went and found drugs for you, and so forth, all these contacts with that guy, you're saying is from Garcia's phone?
Yeah.
Not your phone?
He put the number in my phone.
Okay.
So I don't know if you called him from my phone one time. I think he tried to call him one time off my phone. I told him, no, don't call nobody out of my phone, man. I don't know this guy. First of all, I don't even like that guy. That man, we straight.
You ever heard name?
No, never heard his name. Never knew his name. Never heard his name. But yeah, I think he called him one time from my phone, and then he tried to call him out of his phone. I'm like, man, whatever. I ain't paid no mind. But he rented the hotels for us. You know, he rented the hotel. It was twice because, you know, we had to check out. The first time we came up here. The second time, it was the same night that we was there the next day. We had to rent it again.
Okay, so he gets you a hotel, and you made it sound like it was a hotel that was closer to Markel's house.
Yeah, the one that he rented, his name was closer to Markel's house.
Did he go party with you all in the room or anything?
He was there for a little bit. He was there with Garcia. He was there. I was mad as hell that day. Like, I ain't come up here to make friends. So he was there with Garcia, hanging out. Garcia was there. It seemed like they were best friends for a little bit.
The rental car company ever found out there was a hole shot in their line?
Did they find out?
Did you ever call them or say, or did you just immediately just fixed it?
Well, no, we just fixed it right there and then. Garcia's like, it's like, he's a mechanic. Little bootleg mechanic, you know how to do a little work. He fixed it himself.
Okay.
Fixed it up and everything.
All right. So then what do you do that night after you're at this new motel?
We're just hanging out. Just chilling the whole night. We didn't do nothing, stay there the whole night. I parked the car in the back, just sitting there. I didn't do nothing. I was threw a picture of the owl, like I told you. Posted it on Instagram.
He saw an owl, a bird, I don't know what kind, it sounded like a barred owl maybe, that landed in the parking lot at the hotel and
Took a picture.
scared him.
And what happened after you took a picture? What'd you do?
I took a picture and put it on Instagram.
And then what happened?
Katie calls Doodle. Tell him to take that shit down. If he's stupid or what. So, you know, I'm like, what? I took it down. I don't know if I took it down right away, but I took it down. So she like, why would he do that? He can't tell nobody what is that. And in my mind, y'all be talking on the phone all fucking day. What the fuck you worry about me putting the picture on Instagram? Yeah, I put it on Instagram. She called in and told him to take it down. So I took it down. That's it. We just hanged out all night. The next morning we left. The next morning was a Friday. Friday morning. Went to Markel's house. Went over there. I parked by the park again. I waited for him to come out. When he came out, I followed him. Garcia in the car to the daycare. He gets to the daycare. I'm just driving in circles. I pulled up across the street. There was a building. At that moment when I'm pulling in the building, he's coming out. As he comes out, we follow him again. This time we follow him all the way to the gym. Follow him to the gym. Waited in the parking lot for a while, for like 45 to an hour at the most. Got there. So when he came out of the gym, I followed him home. As I'm following home, he goes around the back. I go around the front. We met him right in the garage. I was like maybe like 3 or 4 feet away from his car. Garcia jumps out, goes around the car where he's driving. I think Markel was on the phone that day. Shot him twice. Got in the car. We left. Kid driving. We dumped the gun. We dumped the gun towards a bridge. Can't remember that bridge. I wish I could remember if I can show you. I really can't remember it. Drove. After that, I made it home. Never spoke about this again. Never told nobody. The next morning, it's a Saturday morning, I'm in the barbershop. Katie calls my phone. Where's Tudo at? Stupid motherfucker don't answer the phone. Just like that. I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out for you. Give me a minute. I try to call. I think I called Shrimp's phone. Called Shrimp. I said, where's Tudo? Oh, he's here, drunk, sleeping. I said, wake his ass up. Tell him that Katie's looking for him. For what? Don't worry about it. I called Hibaro. Hibaro go pick Tudo up. So I think Hibaro picked him up, dropped him off in Katie's house. They showed up to my house. I'm still in the barbershop. I'm in the barbershop. My wife calls me. Babe, Katie and Tudo are here. I got a bag in my hand. It looks like this. It looks like a brick. I'm like, all right, don't touch it. Don't even look at it. I'm on my way. When I get there, Katie's upstairs. Because Jessica told her to come up. Because I just had Lulu. I get there, Katie and Tudo. Katie, oh, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man? What's up with the bag? Get the bag. I grab the bag. I take the money out, stick it in my pocket. I said, man, what you gonna do, man? I gotta go back to the barbershop. I gotta get a haircut. Leave Katie here, man. Let's ride. We left together. Went to the barbershop, got a haircut. He paid like 2 or 3 guys haircut. Give him all to the barber. Hey, man, go ahead and cut other people's hair. Let me get in front of this guy. We left. I ended up going to my mom's house. I see my mom. I paid my mom's rent. My mom was over like $2,000. So I paid my mom's rent. I left. And went to my house. Took a shower, got dressed. I didn't really do too much that day. Just I went to Bailey's for a little bit. And no, I went to somewhere else. I met some girl in another bar with Garcia. We hanged out over there. From there we ended up going to the Hard Rock. Garcia spent $7 grand. And the Hard Rock lost it. That's why I know he ain't had no money. So he spends his money in the Hard Rock, losing his money. And I leave. We left the Hard Rock, whatever. I made it back home. Monday. That was that Saturday. That Sunday I wake up. Take a shower. It's noon, like maybe like around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I go see my ex-wife. Because it was school about to start, I believe. So I give her $5 grand. So here goes $5 grand. Buy the kids. But where you got the money from? I don't know. Why y'all be asking questions? Just get the money and don't worry about it.
What's your ex-wife's name?
Annie Diaz. I give her the money. Boom. Leave. Maybe a week later, only that, I take money to my sister in an envelope. I said, put this away from me. I don't want to have it in the house. Because when Jessica gets mad at me, she goes to my pockets and take my money. when I come home drunk. And I didn't want her to fight that money. And I didn't really want her to know or ask me a million questions where I got the money from. So I put it away. My sister put it away from me in the closet. I think I used to stay with my sister. I had keys to go in and out of the house. So I used to go in and out of my sister's house. That's about it. That's when the story ended right there with the money. Markel and everything.
Let's back up to, you come back home, where do you take the car to, or where do you and two are together, you know you stopped at the ATM. I'm sorry, yeah, you're at the Prius and you stop at an ATM, you've seen that photograph. Okay, and then from there you go somewhere. You're just getting back into town.
I can't remember. I remember I went home or went somewhere else.
Well, you said you ended up going to...
Billy's, but I didn't go in the Prius to Billy's. I wouldn't drive that car. I ain't drive that car. He had that car. I didn't even like that car. He had the car, lost the car for 3 days. I had to go look for the car because he don't know where he parked the car at. I had to call AAA to go in the car and give me because he left the keys in the car, locked the car with the keys. I couldn't open the car, so he called AAA. I gave AAA $50. They opened the car, gave the keys. Went and got his stupid ass. Here, come collect this car. Let's drive it back. I turned the car in and left.
Where'd you find the car at?
A couple of blocks from Shrimp's house. I think Shrimp was staying like on 76. And Dickens Avenue, somewhere around there, Miami Beach. And I found the car like on 78, 79th Street. Like 2-3 blocks down on a corner. Right by a fire station. They would have came there with a toilet car with. And then I would have had to pay more money. That's how drunk he was.
Okay. So when you came back, you split up. So he took the car. He took the car with him. Is what you're saying?
We split up. He took the car. He had the car for a couple of days. I kept telling him, yo, I gotta return this car back, man.
Okay, but the next morning, Saturday, you said you go to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Right, so the murder happened on Friday. Y'all drive all the way back. You party, whatever, Friday night. Was that, was it Sunday that he went to Hard Rock? Or was it that?
I'm thinking it was that Sunday. No, it was a Saturday. It was the next week.
Okay, so
The next week after that.
the next week after that. Okay, so before we get to that, you're back in town on Friday. We talked about Big Daddies.
Yeah, you talking about Big Daddies.
Do you remember?
I wasn't too sure if I went to Big Daddies or not. I can't hear see it and be like, yeah, I was there.
No, that's
maybe
fine.
I was. Maybe you said my credit card went in there. If I did. Who knows? I can't remember if I was there or not. I really can't.
Well, before this, I want to go back to your driving out of Tallahassee, and you said before that he calls Katie.
He calls Katie. They grabbed him. When we had dumped the gun, and he called her, and he said, everything is done. Make sure you have my money. I'm on my way. When we get back to the house, he calls, yeah, with my money. She goes, don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning. I can hear it.
I know. I want to go back. You're driving out of Tallahassee. The Markel's been shot. You're driving out of Tallahassee. All right. And then, are you saying that you dumped the gun before he made the first phone call? Because the big deal was about, he calls her and says...
Yeah, he called her and told her it's done. Everything is done. I think way before we dumped that gun, or after we dumped the gun, but for sure, 100%, he called her and said, hey, it's done already.
Do you hear her on the other end?
Yeah, I can hear her. She goes, okay, I know, all right.
Okay, I know, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, how the fuck does she know? Like, you know, how would she know if this shit done?
But it's Katie's voice.
Yeah, it's Katie's voice, 100% it's Katie's voice. He can't call Wendy, I don't know her voice, I know Katie's voice.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm like, did you really just call this guy and say you're done? Like, where your mind is at?
Right. I'm using that as a reference point for when that conversation happened. Have you all dumped the gun yet?
Shit, I'm not sure. I don't know if I did or not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you yes.
No, that's fine. Just thought I was trying to give you some type of reference point to
I
remember.
can't remember where the fuck the bridge is at last.
Well, I know. I was thinking if you already dumped it, we know we can narrow
I
down
even drew
here.
a picture. You want to see it of me this morning thinking about the bridge? That's how much I've been thinking about this bridge all night. Just like that. That's what the bridge look like. The bridge look like that. That'll be me. I had pulled up right there to the side. Cause he had jumped off. It's grass. He didn't go all the way through it. He threw it from there. So I don't know if he made it to the water or not.
But you could see the water from the car. you
Yeah,
said?
I'm right there. I can see him.
You crossed the bridge and stopped.
The bridge ends here, and it got like a metal. You know how I got the little metal
Guardrail.
guardrail. He jumped over the guardrail.
Okay.
So there's a concrete wall, then a metal guardrail.
It's a little concrete wall, metal.
Okay.
And you had to jump.
But the bushes weren't so high that you couldn't
No,
see the
it's just
water.
grass.
Okay.
It's just grass.
Okay.
But that's what I was looking at the other day. I mean, yesterday, like in 2 years, I don't know if the fucking grass grew or they cut it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. There's so much construction out there now, so that shit had me confused.
There's a lot of construction out there.
Yeah, so I'm like,
So let me ask you this: from the edge of that wall right there where Garcia was standing, how far to the water was it? Was like from here to the wall? Was it way down the road? I mean,
this thing is here. I'm gonna give you a sign like right here. The water will be way over there to the wall.
okay, it's about for you the wall, maybe 20 feet or so.
20 feet.
No, pretty close.
No, that's like 12, 15 feet.
No, it's some more than, that's about 9 yards, 10 yards, it's between 25 and 30 feet.
As long as we have a reference, he's saying it's from this point to that wall that the water is.
Because when I pulled up, I can see it. Like, from the corner, I can see him. I'm trying to look at him like, what the fuck you doing? Is he doing it? Because I'm seeing him going like this. I'm like,
Depending on the
I
time.
don't know. Because he told me, no, I took it apart. Did you took it apart or not? He said, yeah. So, all right, I believe you. Let's go. I really wanted to stay with it if I could put it. If I knew where I was going to stash it. You threw it.
You were going to stash it?
Yeah, I was going to stash it.
You were going to drive all the way back to Miami with
I
it?
want to drive all the way to Miami and put it away and bury that shit somewhere. Nobody's going to find it but me.
Okay. What if... All right, so was there any discussion if you got stopped? What would you do if you got stopped by the police with the gun?
No, we got stopped with the gun.
Right.
And if there was a search, I don't think they would have found it. If they would have found it, they would have found it on him.
On the passenger seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm driving, so they would have found it on him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I say, hey, we get caught with this gun. You know you got to take full responsibility. I'm not going to prison right now. Right now your record's kind of clean compared to mine. Yeah, if we get stopped, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at him, yeah, whatever. He's drunk. You know, like...
But you were willing to take the chance on driving all the way back to Miami with a murder weapon?
Yeah, we almost halfway. Where we through that, we was halfway.
Well, as far as we went yesterday, it was more than halfway back, but I got you. Okay, so you wanted to keep it, but he decided it didn't need to go.
Yeah, he told me, pull over, and pulled over and threw it.
Okay. But he didn't take the gun apart till he was down by the water? He didn't take it apart and...
He was trying in the car the whole time. I was like, bro, what is it to take the revolver and just pull the thing out? I mean, it's all you gotta do is pull it out, man. Like, man, I don't know, this shit's hard. I'm like, whatever, I'm just driving. I'm driving and looking at the rear mirror looking for the police the whole time.
So we got a full cylinder of 6 bullets to start with. Is that right? That's how you had it?
Yeah.
And then he shot one through the floorboard and shot Markel twice.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bullets left.
Yeah, we 3 bullets left now.
What happened to the bullets?
I don't know if he took them off and threw them. I don't know if he left them. Because he opened it. He took the bullets out of the car. Down on his lap.
Okay.
So I don't know if he grabbed them and threw them in the water too. Everything was with him when he jumped out the car. Whatever he did down there, he did. I didn't know what he was doing.
Did y'all have extra bullets in the car?
No,
Just, he came up here with 6.
6 bullets. Ain't no extra, ain't no extra about that.
Okay.
1 gun and 6 bullets.
So you,
Whatever he did when he got off the car to throw it, I don't know if he took the bullet and threw it. I know I seen him, he said he threw it. I know he came back to the car with nothing.
so before or after the phone conversation, he tells her it's done, and she says, yes, I know, something like that.
Yeah.
But you,
That's my understanding the way I heard it. So I'm like, because I'm driving, but you know, my window's cracked, so I'm like, I screwed up a little bit because I really want to see what she's going to say, so I'm driving like, what she said, she know? She like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, she know about this shit so fast. I don't know when it was still up here. I don't know what was going on, but Everything else. He just told her, make sure we have that money when we get down there. When we get to my house, I was arguing with him about that. I'm like, yo, we come down here, there's no fucking money. Oh, y'all motherfuckers playing games. Don't be playing games, man. Go get that money. I got into argument with that same day. You don't worry about the money being here. He called, hey, where the money? She goes, don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning. First thing, the sun come up, you will have it. I said, all right. You know, I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow. By the time I get out the barbershop, that shit better be around too, though. I mean, you're going to have problems. You're making me go to a mission, shit that I ain't want to do. I left it like that. Katie calls my phone. Hey, where's Tutor at?
This is Saturday morning?
Saturday morning.
Very next morning.
The very next morning. They ain't passed not even 24 hours.
You didn't see Katie Friday night?
I didn't see Katie Friday night at all. I seen her the next morning in my house.
You know if he did? You know if Tudo saw Katie the night before?
I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe not. I can't tell you yes or no. But I seen her in my house the next morning. That's 100% sure she brought the money.
Where's the barbershop?
Right around the corner. I'm in 135th, it's on 135th on Biscayne. It's on 135th on 16, and it's 135th. It's like when you go to the track, the railroad track, it's Biscayne.
Is it by Biscayne?
Yeah, right in the corner.
Oh, Biscayne and 135th?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the name of it?
I think it'll be King Racer Barbershop. Something like that.
King Racer?
Yeah, King Ray Barbershop.
King Ray.
Ray, R-E-Y-E. That's
Yeah.
the Spanish pronunciation for crown,
Okay.
or the word for crown.
It's not a gang. It's not no
King,
gang.
right?
No.
Okay. So you get a phone call while you're at the barbershop.
Yeah, when I'm at the barbershop.
And it's Katie.
It's Katie. Where the fuck is Tuto at? Just like that. I'm like, I thought he was with you. You know, like I didn't want to slip and say nothing stupid. So I'm like, well, he's not with you. Okay, hold on. I think I know where he's at. Let me call you back. You know, I'm like, he gotta be with Tati with Shrimp. So she knows that. She like, oh, he gotta be with that dumb ass. He probably is. I'll call you back. So I call Shrimp.
But she just asked for him. She doesn't say nothing.
Oh yeah, no. She said, who's gonna come get the money?
Come get the money.
Yeah, she like, where the fuck is Tuta? I said, man, I didn't want to slip, so I'm like, I'll find out. She goes, okay, but who's gonna come? Who's gonna come get the money? You wanna come get it? I'm like, I was gonna go, but like, nah. Thank God I didn't go, cause now I got at least some proof, cause she was in my house and she brought the money. So I'm like, now I'm straight. I'm gonna call Tuta for you. So I sent Ibaro went to go pick them up, and they showed up both of them to my house.
You didn't go pick up Garcia. There were Shrimps.
I didn't pick up Garcia for nothing in the world.
But you sent Ibaro to go get her, go get him.
Yeah. Because Ibaro was like my do boy. Okay, go do this, go do that. Go over there. Take my mom, go do this. You know?
Katie knows about it?
Yeah. She knows Ibaro. Not like that. She probably know Ibaro like for like a year. And then you leave the kids in the house. How can you leave them with this guy? You don't know if that guy's a sex pervert. You don't know nothing about this man. Leave the kids in this, and you know, Garcia leaves the kids over here. Come on, man. I used to get mad. How you gonna leave the kids with this dumbass little nigga over here? This man is 40-something years old. Both of them did like a couple of years in prison. We don't know his background like that. I used to get mad at him leaving the kids like that in the house.
So Ibaro goes, apparently, or he tells you he found him.
Yeah.
Does he call you and say, hey, he's here at Shrimps?
Call me. Shit. I don't remember if he called me or not.
Somehow, Tudo gets with Katie, from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so you go ahead. I don't want to jump in.
I was in a bar shop. I believe I called Ibaro. I called Ibaro that day because that's the only person I would call. I said, go pick up Tudo. He's in Shrimp's house. Take him to Katie's house. Then Katie and Tudo showed up to my house. Garcia gave the bag to Jessica. But Jessica called me, hey, I got a bag here, looks like a break. I said, listen, I'm on my way. Who's over there? She goes, to Katie and Tudo. I said, I'm on my way over there right now. Tell them don't move. Tell them don't leave. I want to make sure Katie was there for real. I thought it was bullshit. I get there. I ain't even get a haircut yet.
You also want to know that you got all your money, right?
Yeah. So before I want to make sure all the money's there. So when I ain't even count the money there though. I get there, boom, I drive. I said, all right, go get the bag. I grab the money, put it in my pocket. I go to the car over, I see it. I said, do I have to count this shit? Or he's like, man, you don't have to. I said, you know what? It's easy to count because they were all staples. So $1,000. $1,000, it was all honeys, but a grand staple, each one. So I said, okay. He let me here, let me give you the
Are you saying stapled or a strap around them?
staple.
Good money.
Do the one. There's a grand of that staple.
$100 bills.
Two $100 bills stapled together.
Yes, sir. Just like that. So I grabbed it. It's called stacks. Stacks. I grabbed it. I'm like, we're going to be the old hell for it. They gave me extra. I said, all right, man, let's go to the bar shop and get a haircut, man. And that's it. I got my little haircut in my mom's house. Paid my mom's rent. Went home, took a shower.
So Garcia's with you the whole time? You doing that? You doing that right
Yeah,
now?
when I went to my mom's house, yeah, he was with me.
He's with you at the barber shop?
Yeah, we met at the barbershop with my mom's house.
So it sounds like you got 30 grand in stapled $100 bills. And then he dug out five or six or seven
Yeah.
something.
When I went to the barbershop, you know, I got a haircut, so I changed $100 bill. Boom. I didn't get, I just said, man, they were 40 and give me 60. Because the haircut's $20. And give me 60. Boom. That's it. But they gave me the other extra. That's about it. That was like the whole nightmare right there.
And no more discussion.
Never spoke about it again.
How did Katie leave from Jessica's house?
In her car. She was in her car.
So she's still there with Jessica and Lulu the baby when you leave with Tudo?
Yeah, I left with Tudo. Let's go, man.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good time to break. Is this for us?
You can keep it.
What time did it go?
11:40.
Yeah. 1:30.
Yeah. Take a break if you want. Talk to me now.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, if y'all want, you just want to stay in here and talk? I will.
Yeah.
Do you need to go
That's
to the
what you want.
restroom or anything? You sure?
Yeah, let us talk a few minutes. Just tell us when the recording's off.
All right.
Go ahead, Mr. Collins, what were you saying?
Well, we think that there's a possibility that the bridge that we have discussed is the Thomas B. Manuel Bridge on the Turnpike near Stewart. Now, I don't know how that has any effect on what you've already been told or not, but obviously Lewis has issues with being able to recall the geography.
Well, I think anybody would.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody
Well,
would.
but I know I've been doing this all my life, and I can think of bridges that look like that. And the Thomas B. Manuel Bridge, I think, goes over the intercoastal in Martin County. And it's a 4-lane bridge, but it's actually the old bridge going, I believe, south, and the new bridge going north. So it's actually 2 separate bridges, but it's 4 lanes. It's also near a marina, and the ascent and the descent have abilities to walk.
Oh, St. Lucie River.
Yes.
Oh, that's, okay. That's a huge, I know which one you're talking about. You can see a big boatyard and everything down there.
We call that, in old-fashioned days, that was the gateway to South Florida.
Right.
When you cross that. Now, that's just not really a consideration, and y'all know better than me, but
That's not the route they took.
okay. And you know that by phones, right?
Sir?
You know that by the phones?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know about, that's why I was
Okay.
trying to spark his memory about that phone call.
You're going to have to do exactly what you said. Go back and check every damn one.
Well,
What I'd like to do is sit down with it, probably Google Maps and go through the map with
Yeah.
you first and maybe narrow it down
Yeah.
a little bit.
would you be okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. Look.
On a computer
look,
screen?
Satellite
I told that
When
Chuck
we're
last
in,
night,
we're in
that
for the
laptop
truth.
from CD
Yeah, I
printer,
mean, it's
see
just
if I can
a
get- I don't
6,
know what
7
we
hour
did
drive
about
down
it.
there. It's just, it just
Right.
wears
So
everybody
they got
out.
this
It
person
doesn't
and
stop
that's
it up.
what they do.
Get in
It's one of
rainstorms,
the
you can
missions
see,
that I
and
can.
we can narrow it down a little bit.
Maybe
I think y'all are overly
We're
optimistic.
gonna,
I tried, man, like every
first, we're gonna try
He
to,
was pretty confident he was going to be able to recognize the bridge.
I think what I would like to do is do it more methodically than before. It's not a question of him trying to recall which route or anything like that. It's just a question of, can you get us to the gun?
Yes,
That's all.
That's good.
It's not, so we can help him in any way, shape, or form. I don't think
Sure.
anybody's gonna have a problem with that.
No.
And we'll see if we can pick a good, clear weather day, because yesterday was nasty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't helping at all. And we'll see if we can get a better view
I get it.
for him to actually be able to see, because he was in a van and it was, you know, he had to kind of crunch down and look out, and it wasn't the best. So we'll see if we can do something like that and maybe start early.
Yeah, yeah.
And on a clear day, maybe we'll wait for this hurricane to get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't think it's going to hit us unless it's changed for.
no, but I'm just, we might get, you know, some bad bands off of that. So maybe we can do it that way and just pick up from here, because I'm confident that we've gotten to this point on Interstate 10.
Okay.
And based on what he's been saying, I think we're confident here. I'm not really confident from here east.
I got you.
The part where Katie's asking you, do you want the money? You're gonna come get the money, right? The day, the Saturday morning
Call
after.
me talking about who's gonna come get the money?
Who's gonna come get the money?
Or do the
When you heard that, was she just saying, just come to me?
Now, because she was trying to call Garcia, and he didn't
Right.
answer the phone, so she like, yo, this nigga's not picking up the phone. Who's gonna come get it? But you gonna come get it here? Like, nah, he's gonna go get it. You know, I was gonna tell her I go get it, but I'm like, nah,
Was there a predetermined location to go get it at, or me?
maybe in her house. Who
It
knows?
was never discussed.
It was never discussed.
Basically, who's gonna come, and then we'll pick a place.
Yeah, we're gonna come. He was gonna get the money regardless off her, because she came to my house and brought it that day.
All right.
That morning.
And your understand, from what that she's asking, she's saying she has money for what?
For the murder.
For the murder. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Money for another drug deal? Money for
Nothing else. That's the
So-
money. The money is for the murder. That's it.
all this money
It's for the murder.
for the murder. Okay? And for the murder that you all committed the day before.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there's no other any other possibility besides that.
You know, that's the final answer. That's the answer I give you. The money was for the murder.
Okay, and it would be your part of it, or both, or it wasn't discussed. It's just you just wanted to. Was there any discussion about getting him his money, Garcia?
There was no discussion.
Okay.
He had his money in his pocket. Same day.
Okay. You recognize this person?
That's Tati.
Pardon?
That looked like Tati.
Tati?
I mean shrimp. Shrimp.
Okay. Is that her?
Fuck, I never seen that bitch with makeup, but damn, looks like her.
So Todd and Shrimp are the same person?
Yeah, same person.
And that's the person you, sorry.
Well, good.
That's the same person you talked about earlier
Yeah, shrimp.
as what? What did you talk about Shrimp earlier?
That's like his girlfriend.
Where does she live?
Huh?
Where does she live?
On Miami Beach. She was staying in Miami Beach.
Okay, that's the person you talked to.
Yeah, shrimp. I ain't never seen her with makeup.
Okay.
Will you put your initials on the form paper down here? And, okay, just underneath that, the date is, you can put 10/4. Thank you. Appreciate it. I just wanted to confirm it, just make
Yes,
sure.
sir. I never seen her with makeup like that, though.
Okay.
So a while back you talked about when you first came, talked about it a little bit, talked about when you came to Tallahassee that Tudo knew where the house was. What was the first place you came to in Tallahassee? How did y'all get to Tallahassee? You stopped and you said something about a map in a gas station and you threw it away. Where was the first place you went when you got to
To
Tallahassee?
the hotel.
How did you know to get to the hotel?
Well, he drove around. He just drove straight. He went around there. Let's find a hotel. He drove back there and found it. Unless he knew where his rig was at, but he went straight to the hotel. So the hotel was, unless he been there before, who knows without me, what the fuck do I know? But he went straight to the hotel.
Did you act like you knew where he was going, or did you just drive around random, or?
Nah, yeah, like you know what he was doing.
Okay. And when he went to the house, Was he using his phone?
Nah, he
A
didn't
map?
use nothing.
He didn't have a map on
He
the
used his
phone?
brain and drove there.
How did he know where to go?
Oh, he had a piece of paper, but he didn't have the paper with him. He seen the paper one time. He just knew where to go.
But the paper had an address on it, that you said, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It wasn't a map.
No, it was no man.
How did he know where to drive to? Tallahassee's confusing to me sometimes.
Hey man, he's real smart. He's not a dumb guy. I can tell you he might drink and does coke, but beyond that, Garcia's he's a smart guy. He's an intelligent guy. Man. He's real
But if
smart.
you have an address without a map, I don't know how you find that. You have any idea, what did he say to you? What was the conversation like?
I mean, hey, I'm telling you, the paper, you tell him one address and he's like that. He's like a light switch. He'll find it. No matter, he will find it. He'll get there. Garcia will get there. Garcia travels a lot. You know, he drives a lot. Orlando. He lived in Orlando, so he knows his area. Like I say, he probably been here before he brought me.
Did he say that?
I don't know. But in my knowledge, for you to get there so quick, because fuck, Tallahassee's a confusing place.
Did he use a Garmin or a navigational
Like,
tool?
I'm not gonna see him make another story. The man drove straight to that man's house without a paper in his hand. He don't need no paper. Roll back. That's the house right there. I remember the number 2116.
This piece of paper you just looked at with her, with this, was the picture of Markel?
Something like that.
Was it something like that? Okay, was it in color? Was his photograph in color?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did it have typing and stuff on it? Around it?
Around it like that? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I've been trying, man. I've been all night. I ain't even sleep last night, man. Like, I ain't sleep not much, bro.
Lewis, was the picture of Markel that you saw, was it an actual photograph or a photocopy of a photograph similar to what you were just showing?
Similar to that right there.
A photocopy.
Photocopy.
Okay. And you say it had some typing on it?
I think I required when I looked at it, because he had it folded when he opened it up. I seen a picture. I wasn't really looking at no address, because if it wasn't using me the address, I wouldn't even find him. I was just looking at mostly like him. All right, here, take the paper. I seen my face. That's about it.
You know whatever happened to that paper?
I don't know the driver's side. When you open the door, if you used to put your feet on top of it, it's like that. If you try to drive your feet, you put your feet. If you pop that, the paper was there.
Like the door jamb, you mean?
Yeah.
The little plastic piece that sits on top of where the door closes?
Mm-hmm.
You would pop it off and stick it under there to hide it?
Yeah, right there. He never, he showed it one time, put it there. I never seen him take it out. I don't know if the paper is there. I don't know what the fuck he ever did with that paper.
This would be in the first car. Prius?
Be in the Prius. Let's see. Yeah, be in the Prius. Yeah, be in the Prius.
So where you set your feet on top of?
And when you close the door,
Mhm.
and if you open the door and you stand like that, the driver's side, and you it's hanging out like that.
With your feet on top of the car, not on the ground.
Not on the ground, top of the car. Just pop that plastic. That'll be right there.
And that's where the piece of paper was folded up in there?
Yes, sir.
So the Prius was the second trip, right? So what did he use on the first trip?
I think so.
Did he have the same piece of paper?
Yeah. I seen the first paper, yeah, of course.
Okay.
He kept the paper. He
Second
kept the
time.
paper in a second. He just kept the paper. He said, just in case if I forget the address line, but he kept the paper. But he never lifted the paper. I never seen him. Sure, we seen it one time. He just kept the paper. And you need to throw that paper away if you know the address. But he kept the paper.
But he probably, but you don't know what happened to the paper after
Oh, I
that?
don't know. Never paid no mind to the paper at all.
Did you ever see him take it out of there? After he stuck it in there?
I don't know if he took it out or left it. Remember, he took the car with him.
Mhm.
And his house was so
And then he got his keys locked up.
Probably there.
And then you got the AAA. And then you drove, or the locksmith or whatever, and then you drove it over to,
No, I didn't drive it. I was in my car.
well, somebody drove it back to the rental car place.
Oh, him. I remember I picked him up in my car, told him let's go. When he got there, I changed car. I told him I parked it.
Do you ever have any trouble with the rental car people for the Prius about it being late or anything like that?
Nah, they called me a couple of times, well, you haven't been in the car, but they ain't never really complained.
Did the first rental car company, the first trip, did they ever call y'all? Was there any discussion on the phone
But what, no.
with him? Because he would have been rented that car.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't know, I don't even know what to do with that car. I'm not concerned, if I rent something in my name, I'm more concerned about it.
Right.
Because I'm worried about, what's going to happen to the car if you get into an accident. I don't care what he did with the first car, it really ain't concerned me. Whatever he did, he did.
I just didn't know if you overheard him having any phone calls,
No, not at all.
conversations with the first rental car company, or if it wasn't supposed to be out of town and you guys.
No, not at all, not that I know of, no.
But when you left the first trip after not succeeding to do anything, because all you're doing is just following around and losing them at the child care place, you just got frustrated and said, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I told him, we out of here. I said, because I have to go to work on Monday. I said, we got to go.
And he didn't have any argument for that about staying?
Not at all.
That first rental car, do you know how he rented it? Like how he got there to the rental car place? Did you take him? Did somebody else take him? You
No,
know
sir,
that at all?
no. He picked me up in my homegirl's house.
And when you got back, did you help him drop it off?
I ain't helped him drop nothing off.
Do you know how he got it dropped off? Did he tell you? Did he talk about it?
I don't even know. I don't. I know everything I know is the car that I rented. That car, I don't know nothing about that car. I don't know who rented it for him. I don't know where he got it from. Nothing.
Can I ask you something back to where he puts his feet? That's on the driver's side? Okay, if you're driving, why is he putting it there?
No, he put it there. He drove first.
Right.
The Prius,
Right.
he drove a little bit.
Okay.
He was drinking. That's
Okay.
even cold. He like, man, when we made the first, like that, man, you should just drive. But I said, I don't really want to drive because I don't know where I'm going. Like, I just pointed out for you to go where you got to go. I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go. Because I had license. So that's it, I rode. I ain't never touched the paper. I just looked at the paper from the distance. He was showing me. I was looking at it like, all right. He put it there. Never paid no mind to the paper.
He put it there when he was driving?
Yeah.
And then it never got pulled out again? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It might be still there.
In the Prius on the driver's side? Okay. We'll check.
You do yours. I'm trying to give you
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snarky True Crime and Skincare.
Hi.
How you doing? Hi,
Struggling.
Katie. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. How's everybody out there doing? It was so good to see you live and in person last time.
You believe
So
it's
good.
already been a week? How sad is that?
I know. I'm
Just
still
goes so
walking on
fast.
air though. We had,
I know.
sorry, I'm
Aside from
chewing.
that stupid Thursday game, it was fine.
Well, so it was great to see you, and it was great to see Matt, and it was great to see like 20 other people, friends. And hey, hi, so glad you're here with us. Yeah, we were just talking about how great it was for Katie and I to do the podcast live and in person together, and it's a whole week ago. But we need to do that. Like, we have to have that be an annual tradition.
I know.
Right?
Really, we do. Yeah, it was so fun.
All right, so everybody's been following along. This is the 7th episode, our episode of reacting to commentary about our opinions on the testimony of Wendy Adelson in the murder trial for Katie McBanawa of Professor Dan Markel. And although we like to giggle a little bit and have fun here, we never ever lose sight of how serious this matter is. So with that,
there's finally a trial coming up. Yay.
And I know, and we're getting primed for the trial, and there's going to be another testimony because she is on the witness list, both for the defense and the state. So there could very well be a third round of testimony that we can react to, which is really going to be great. And 20 days from now, the jury selection starts for Charles Adelson. Yes, for his trial. It'll be the fourth conviction in this murder, with other named conspirators yet to be convicted. So, and one of them being Wendy Adelson. Oh, imagine that. So, you ready to get started?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Now, this is the final of the testimony. It's going to be about 25 minutes long. We're going to break in between. If you're in the comments, just shout stop or pause. Katie does that with me. She has me pause. This is when the defense for McBanawa actually is cross-examining Wendy Adelson, and it's colorful, and we like that. So let's go.
Yay.
Hopefully the sound will be better, but I have no control over the sound.
Ms. Kappelman, you may continue with your direct if necessary.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Adelson, I have heard you with what I marked as State's Exhibit 64.
Oh,
Ms. Adelson,
I think you can fast forward.
Yep, I think we can go a little further. Oops. Here we go. Just about a minute.
Any objection? No, Your Honor. Be admitted as State's Exhibit 64.
Here we go.
No other questions.
No other
right, thank you.
questions.
Cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Ms. Adelson, this is all about you, isn't it?
Excuse me?
This is all about you, right?
I was called to be a witness and I'm testifying, so I don't understand the question. Is it a question?
There's about 100 people in this courtroom, right?
There are people in the courtroom.
Possibly thousands watching, right?
I have no idea who's watching.
And it's all because of your failed marriage, right?
I disagree with that.
You disagree that your ex-husband is dead because of your family.
Yes, I disagree.
These jurors are here for weeks doing their civic duty because of your marriage, right?
No.
Katie's going through this ordeal because of that marriage, right?
No.
Dan Markel's parents are going through absolute misery because of your failed marriage. Isn't that right?
No, that's incorrect.
Well, let's talk about the marriage.
So what I noticed.
What a hell of a way to start this.
Yeah. Yes. And
wow.
and this is a great lesson, what this attorney DeCoste, I always think of DeCoste,
Yeah.
which is actually Lacasse, but it's Lacasse. But anyway, but I digress. I love that he's giving us a primer in how to deflect. In other words, not to let somebody who's being incooperative in a conversation distract us. He just stays right on his point. He doesn't care what she says. We don't care what she says because we know the truth, right? Or this is what he's saying because we know the truth, right? He knows a lot more than obviously we do. They have a lot more evidence than will ever be released or will be released for a while anyway, because there are other people that are named. And so I just love this deflection and diffusion, really, of what could become a back and forth petty argument, which is what she's trying to do. She's trying to drag him down. And this might be how you would respond, and I'm talking about Wendy's response, if you were, across a dinner table in a room with somebody, but she's on the stand.
Right.
And she's trying to, to me, this says how personalized this is to her.
Yeah.
And how defensive she is, because she wouldn't have to deflect. She would, if she was truly puzzled, excuse me, you don't say that to an attorney in a courtroom asking you a question. Now, he could have said, you didn't hear me? He didn't do that. He didn't digress. But that probably would have been what I would be tempted to do.
Yeah.
Excuse you what?
Right.
What should he excuse you for? I mean.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just keeps going. He does not take the bait.
Exactly. He keeps on rolling.
Yep.
So hello, T. Cancella. I love it. Hi, Helen. And Helen says hi to T. Cancella, and Katie says hi, y'all. And T. Cancella says, and I hope I'm pronouncing this, is it Cancella? I'm not sure. Or Cancella, if it's Spanish. Many times listening to her, I think Wendy is the ultimate sociopath beyond Donna. Wendy played her entire family, willing to manipulate them, stir them up to murder, convince Donna it was her idea. Could be.
Yeah.
That would not be hard to believe.
Yeah.
And she said, and Cancella, and tell me if maybe give me if I'm making a mistake on Cancella, give me the phonetic in the comments and I'll correct it. Being involved in the murder of your boy's father is next level. I agree. I just can't.
You and Professor Markel, you met when you were in law school. You told that to Ms. Capel. It was a whirlwind romance, right? Right?
It was not a whirlwind romance, no.
It led to a wedding, February 26th of 2006. You had a big wedding in Boca Raton, right?
Did we get married on February 26, 2006? Is that the question? Yes.
In Boca Raton.
In Boca Raton, Florida.
And it wasn't a small wedding. It was a big wedding.
There were many people in attendance.
So did we get married there were a lot of people? This shows that Wendy can be what? A brat. Let the inner brat come out. She just seems like a brat here, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And like high schoolish.
Yeah, she's going on the defense, and she's trying so hard to regain control because she doesn't have it here, because he won't let her have it here.
Well, not only that, but she's an attorney. She's educated.
Yep.
Theoretically, she didn't buy her degree like Charlie did. I'm beginning to wonder, though, because it does not, to me, has just never come across as polished.
Mm-hmm.
She's never come across as sophisticated.
Right.
She's never come across it really as that intelligent, apart from reading her, her resume.
Mm-hmm.
And then she reverts to this. She looks like a hot mess here, but also to her high school bratty kind of combative behavior. Now, she does do pretty well sometimes, but not very often. I would expect more, really, from somebody with those kind of credentials. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Helen says she got good grades because she was. Yep.
Okay.
Anything's possible.
Right, and this marriage has
She
led to
doesn't come
2
across
children,
as
right? Your 2
sophisticated to
boys.
me.
Are you asking me if I have 2 boys?
Yes.
Yes.
Professor Markel, he was a great father, wasn't
So are you asking me if I have 2 boys? That, as a juror, is not going to go off well.
No.
And remember, it's the jury, right? That she's, I mean, in this case, I guess she doesn't care what the jury thinks of her. I mean, she wants to be believed, but
She's not on trial, and neither is her family. So I'm sure it's not as important to her.
yeah, she doesn't care whether Meg Ben. I would think though, and chat, help me out with this, or commenters when you replay. Wouldn't Wendy have a vested interest if she was a co-conspirator, as Georgia has named her, in having Catherine Magbanua get off? Because
Right.
now she's in the situation where she's in prison and she's turned into a
Right.
state. Yeah.
He was a very good father, yes.
he? Those boys were his world,
Yeah.
right?
She said something nice.
Word.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
And they adored him too, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Now, this marriage started to fall apart, right?
It did.
But there were problems from the very beginning, weren't there?
It did. So 2 times in a row, I think she's realizing maybe she better tone it down a little.
Yeah. And I cannot believe she said something nice about Dan.
She said
And he
something.
was a good father.
Yep. She said something nice about Dan, that the boys adored him. She said yes. And then she just said the marriage fell apart. It did. So she's
right.
I think she's realized that she's sparring with somebody who's above her pay grade. who might actually be sophisticated and a sophisticated attorney.
Good at their job.
Are you asking me, what is the very beginning? The very beginning of when we got married?
Literally at the wedding.
There were problems before we got married.
Yeah, so she fell into that one because she could have just said, yeah, we started having problems early on. It didn't give him, then this gave him the chance to bring up what happened at the wedding. Yeah. So she made a mistake there. I'm so sophisticated. I disagree. I disagree that she's all that intelligent, because she's just not.
All right. So at the wedding,
well here.
The government asked you about kosher law, right?
About what? I'm sorry?
Keeping kosher.
About keeping kosher, yes.
Right? In your wedding, at your wedding.
She doesn't know the word kosherate. But she knows kosher style.
Yes.
Real sophisticated.
Was the groom's family, the Markel family, and they are more strict than your family and friends about keeping kosher.
They do not keep kosher.
Wasn't that one of the problems in your marriage, that Professor Markel was very insistent about keeping kosher?
About his kosher rules, but those are different than his family's.
So you're saying that it wasn't a problem at the wedding, that there were people from the groom's side of the family that were there that strictly keep kosher, that they were told that it was going to be kosher food, but it actually wasn't?
So there was a misunderstanding about whether the food was going to be kosher style or more in adherence with kosher law. There was a miscommunication about that.
I know,
Kosher,
right?
I just can't.
Dan never did kosher style, so just stop. Like, people don't do kosher style.
I have never heard of it. I have many Jewish friends, some that are practice more strictly and some not so much. Not passing judgment on any of that, but I have actually never personally heard kosher style. Maybe that is because I'm not as sophisticated as Wendy.
So you had people that strictly keep kosher eating non-kosher food, which is a big deal.
That actually is not what happened. Danny was upset that it was kosher style and not strictly adhering to kosher law. So he was disappointed.
So there's problems right from the beginning.
That was a problem at our wedding, yeah.
Fast forward now to September 10th, 2012. Professor Markel, he's away on a business trip, right?
Yes.
He's in New York City at New York University, right?
I believe so, yes.
And he's doing a presentation.
I don't know what he was doing.
Your husband at the time was in New York to give a presentation. You knew that, right?
I knew he was in New York. I didn't know if he was attending a conference or giving a presentation, but he was in New York for work.
Now, you had not communicated with him for 2 days.
I really don't remember.
You text him at around 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Right before he's about to do the presentation.
I really don't remember.
But you do.
Again, one of the most important days of your life, as in you're giving your husband divorce papers, and I don't remember.
Especially, yep, I agree. You would remember, and
You know what you're doing.
well, it was planned. I mean,
Right.
by all accounts, it wasn't just, oh, I'm going to do it right now. It wasn't random.
Right.
She
She did it when she did it for a reason.
because she had to move things out of the home.
Right.
And all of, yeah,
And he wasn't home. She knows. Like,
correct. Yeah.
and don't tell me you haven't gone through all this stuff over and over again for these trials. You know what time you gave him the divorce papers. Like, it's,
Oh, yeah. She knew exactly what she was doing.
yeah.
And hello to Debbie Martin. It's good to see you.
Mama, don't you telling him that you wanted a divorce.
So I did not drop a bomb on him. We'd been in therapy for several months beforehand where I told him several times I wanted a divorce.
You say
Look
it's
how
not
big her eyes are.
Right. So you see, and she has a total different look
Uh-huh.
than when she's speaking with Georgia.
It's not the innocent baby doll, like, this is a very combative look. Like,
Yeah,
staring
right.
you down, I'm going to war with you.
Right. Because her little baby doll wouldn't work with him.
Right.
He was, and of course he has a total different style than Georgia.
Right.
I love his, he reminds me of Clarence Darrow.
He begged you to reconsider.
He was very upset and yes, wanted me to reconsider, but
In that phone call, he's begging you to
So she just can't say yes to anything.
No.
She has to reframe everything. And people notice that. I noticed it. I'm a potential juror. Yeah, feisty. She had big eyes. I love this attorney's voice. Yes, I love his voice. I do too. I agree. I really appreciated this cross-examination.
reconsider. Please don't leave. Please don't break up our family, right?
he was very upset, yes.
And
Again,
he was heartbroken. I mean,
reframing.
upset indicates that there was anger. What he was heartbroken, right?
That I decided to divorce him after telling him I would, yes.
Despite being at NYU for a presentation, he rushes home. He gets on the next flight, right?
I honestly don't remember if he got on the next flight, but he did come home quickly.
2:30.
So again, she's trying. She's desperately not succeeding at trying to make it seem like, well, I was going to leave him and he knew, but we talked about it for months. And of course he was upset, but she just can't seem to accept that and this to me is really interesting because this man got murdered, right? One way or another, whether she's involved or not, right?
Right.
But she can't. So is there some guilt here because she just can't agree that she really broke his heart?
Right.
She's trying to say, oh, well, we talked about it for months and but she does not want to accept, not only did she break his heart, but she's possibly involved with his murder.
There, right before that, she made a comment and it made it seem like it was all about me and her being the victim. Even though it was her choice for the divorce, she's still making it seem she's the victim in this.
Exactly. 100%. Just like in her police interview. Exactly. Exasperated. Yes. Society page. Another suggestion for Society page video music. I love it. And welcome, Society page. Good to see you.
30, he finds out in New York by 11 p.m. he's walking in the door to your old house at Trescott Drive, right?
I don't know.
But you do know that when he walks in the house, what he finds. You know that, right?
Yes, I left him the papers.
You left the divorce papers on the bed, right?
Yes,
Half the furniture was gone.
half the furniture was not gone.
A good amount of his stuff was gone.
Nothing of his was gone.
The boys' stuff was gone, right?
Some of the boys' things were gone. I'd taken enough so that I had for the boys, but no,
You were gone,
I was gone, yes.
and so were his boys.
His boys were not gone. He saw them the next day.
She's just she looks exactly like Elizabeth Holmes right here.
Mm.
Unbelievable resemblance between those two. Do you know who Elizabeth Holmes is?
Yep.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. I always have to do that so I remember to screenshot. Yeah, her natural eye color is brown.
And they would not have been awake if he's coming home at 11 p.m.
Let's stay on topic here.
I'd
When
love
he
to stay
walks
on
in the door, the boys are not in the house, right?
Correct.
You did not tell Professor Markel where you were taking the boys. He may have seen them the next day, but you did not let him know where you were going to be staying with his boys.
With our boys?
So you agree with me that they're also his,
Of course they're his.
and he should be entitled.
That's the only time that she refers to, one of the few times I should say, the only time I can recall her referring to our boys. When it's
Every
me,
other time it's my
boys. My boys. Yep.
Yeah, but because the defense attorney is saying his,
Right.
she can't. Yeah, she
Yeah.
can't let that go.
No.
Also, it's interesting to me, the psychoanalysis, I just realized this, that she left the divorce papers on their marriage bed. Like
yes.
there could have been other places in the house for her to have left them. So it's interesting that she put them on the bed,
Right.
on their bed. Like, why not the nightstand beside the bed? Why not the table? Why not the counter?
Posted on
Because
the
you
door.
know,
Yes,
Yeah.
something.
well, that's interesting.
Very.
Just
And he called it out.
To know where his wife is taking his children.
Absolutely.
That's not all you took.
Okay, absolutely. And she's shaking her head no. She's saying yes, shaking her head no. So which
Right.
is it? Deceptive.
You two had a joint checking account at Schwab, right?
We did.
And you went in.
She's like, like maybe if she laughs and stares at him long enough and acts, because she is still trying to look innocent here.
Yeah, she's trying to get her charm to work on
Yeah,
a
to
male.
maybe make him mellow out, but it's not working it.
No.
Did that account before you dropped the bomb. And you took out half of that account, right?
Correct.
Roughly $350,000.
Holy shit.
Half, yes.
Yeah.
The birds are-
$350,000.
I don't remember the amount, but yes.
You know that it was in the hundreds of thousands.
I really don't remember the amount, sir.
Yes, you
Is
do.
that significant of a sum to you?
How
that
would you
don't
forget?
remember?
Insignificant sum. I'm saying I can't attest to the amount that was there.
I'm going to tell you. You were unhappy.
Yeah. And that is because she wants to protect herself from saying anything that could later be used, either false. If she makes any false statement, then her whole
Immunity.
immunity, very limited immunity would
Right.
go away. But if she were named and convicted, or tried, excuse me, she would have to have whatever she said used.
And it happens.
I'm a little bit paused. I'm a little bit pissed at Dan or whoever because he knows that she wants a divorce that bad, right? And if they have a joint checking account, why don't, who the hell is keeping $700,000 in their checking account? Like, not only in their checking account, but like, why didn't he protect himself better? I guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, here's the thing. That's a good point because she's acting like he should have known she was leaving.
right.
If he knew she was leaving, he would have protected his assets.
Right.
So he didn't know she was leaving.
No.
He was shocked. And by all accounts, he was shocked. But just the point you made is very astute because it kind of disproves what she was trying to say earlier. Like if he knew, and I think a jury, on a jury, I would be like, well, if he knew, wouldn't he have, because he was then going after that money that she took later, and they went through that in the divorce proceedings.
And
or
I
in
can
the
only
settlement.
assume, because he's smarter and because of his job, I can only assume he made more money than she did. So she's not technically entitled to half. So she took it. Yeah.
Right.
I guess
And
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
no, I got you. We understand. And Debbie says too that Dan was said to be a whiz at investing. That doesn't surprise me.
no. But then
Yeah,
he should have
it wasn't
kept it in a
and-
better place than just his checking account.
right. It wasn't just a checking account. Yeah. So there wasn't 700,000 in his checking.
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Oh, and society page. Love it. We're going to get a little preview of the next video, maybe. I love her videos. It's so great. Well, hi, Tosh.
Yes.
But you complained constantly about it, didn't you?
No, I don't think I complained constantly.
To anyone that would listen.
No, that's not true.
So she says, no, I didn't, but he keeps going to anyone who would
keeps
listen.
going.
He just keeps going because we know that's not true.
Right. Just ask anybody around her.
You can complain to the one person that would actually do something about it.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Your big brother, Charles Adelson, you complained to him about how bad Professor Markel was and how much you hated him and didn't want to be in a marriage with him.
I definitely talked to my brother about how unhappy I was in my marriage. If that's the question, then yes. Is that the question?
Yes, that is a question. You talked to your brother, Charles Adelson, about how bad your marriage was.
I did, yes.
Let's talk about it. Government asked you about Charles Adelson. He's an intelligent guy, right?
He's smart.
He's both book smart and street smart, right?
I would say so.
You would say that he's a talker.
He does like to talk.
He's got the gift of gab, so to speak.
I wouldn't say he's the gift of gab, but he does talk.
He knows what to say in the moment.
So she just say yes. Yeah, he likes to talk. He's got the gift of gab. What is the difference between those two things? Does anyone know? To enlighten me. Okay. Anyone who understands the difference between somebody who likes to talk a lot and the gift of gab? Because for me, I always thought it was the same thing.
Right.
I thought that's what
she cannot give a direct answer for nothing.
I can't agree. This is gonna
and it's just making her look worse.
Really makes her look bad. Really makes her look bad. Yep,
I agree.
I wouldn't say that's true either.
You would say, though, that he is. You were asked questions about drug purchasing and stuff like that. You'd agree with me that he's also street smart.
I mean, I think he has common sense.
Again, common
What's the
sense
difference?
and street smarts. Yeah, enlighten us, Wendy. I mean, again, he has a limited amount of time. He doesn't want to come off as, catty like she does. But for me, it's just like I would be so tempted. What is the difference between street smarts and common sense? Like,
when the jury can ask a question, I would be like, why can't you just answer a question?
Right. It's annoying.
That would be,
It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
And that he lives life to a certain extent on both sides of the track. During the day, he's doing periodontal work, whatever that is, crowns, canals, whatever that is. He's doing that during the day. At night, he's out with friends, he's buying drugs, he's living life on both sides of the track.
I don't know about that he's out buying drugs.
Now, let's talk for a second about WhatsApp. And as an aside here,
I don't know if he's out buying drugs.
Yeah.
Bobblehead. The bobblehead's back.
a second. The government asked you the question if you use WhatsApp, right? You remember that?
I remember them asking me, yes.
On the day that Professor Markel was killed,
Say yes.
in the interview, right?
I talked to the police.
And you also gave them your phone for them to inspect.
Absolutely.
So the
Pause.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, that. And at other points, she's like, I signed my life away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was so terrifying.
Right. Right.
I
She's
can't think of the word.
terrified.
Like PTSD to me. Like, it was so awful in 6 hours. And then he's like, but you gave them your phone. She's like, absolutely. Like,
Right.
what is it, Wendy?
Well, and this is why I think she's conflicted about it, because she says absolutely and she's nodding her head back and forth no. So it doesn't necessarily mean she's lying. It just, to me, feels like, and again, I'm not an expert at body, any of this, but to me, it feels like she's conflicted about it. Yeah. And Cancella says, if you notice, she doesn't get defensive when things are pointed at Charlie. And she almost agrees. Yeah. She, honestly, I felt like in that police interview, she was throwing Charlie right under the bus. Yeah. So fast. It was like 5 minutes. And
The determination of what, if any, WhatsApp was being used, they would have from the download they did that day of your phone.
Sure.
Now, would you be surprised to learn that your brother used WhatsApp?
See all that?
So now we got, and the tilted
See all
head
that?
and the lips. The tilted head and the lips.
There is like some nervousness happening right now.
Yeah, and she's still trying to be somewhat flirtatious with him because he's a man and maybe that'll work.
Yeah, there's just a lot of extra head movement happening.
All the extra. Yep. Take note of what she's being asked when that happens.
You would agree with me that WhatsApp, and you explained it well, is end-to-end encryption.
Correct.
In your lay opinion, if you can explain to the jurors, just in case they don't know, what that means.
I know that it's something we use at my work because essentially it has the ability to keep things more private. I also know that nothing's actually private and that anyone who wants to can uncode the messages. So that's what we tell people at our work.
So the thought is with WhatsApp,
It's interesting.
So now we're admitting to using it at work, where before she's like, I don't know if I ever used it.
And the only reason she knows how it works is because they use it at her work. She acts like she's working in a factory or something. It's like my work.
I'm a freaking lawyer.
My work as an attorney. It's like,
good Lord.
I mean, she should be smart, right? We're all thinking she's smart because of her credentials and more sophisticated. She could say, yes, I'm an attorney and this is how we, I don't get, she's trying to dumb herself down here.
Right.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
tomorrow. I found a ring. Maybe. No, that won't work. I don't know where that came from.
Is everything plugged in?
Yeah. It's coming on now.
All right, I got it. Okay. Wait, Ethernet is not in on the way? No control? Go ahead.
Testing, 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 testing.
Left side or right? Plug it in all the way? I have no power, or no control.
Testing, testing, testing.
Yep.
How about now?
Yep, now it's working.
Testing, 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 testing.
Go ahead.
Testing.